5 elements were known: MCing, DJing, graffiti had grown, B-boy and knowledge, the pillars of the game, but a sixth emerged, adding to the flame. Comics and hip-hop, a fusion so tight, visual storytelling, lyrics that ignite, from the pages to the beats, a seamless blend, the sixth element where two worlds transcend.
Welcome to the sixth element show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu guiding the way, bringing you the culture every day. Welcome to the sixth element show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu.
What up, y'all? Sixth element of hip-hop right here in the house. I'm your host, Reno Noir. Slim Jim Longfoot, salute. What's good, homie? Yeah, man. Stu Dog on the way. Laurent Straw. We got Raw Talk on the way. We got Sata coming in tonight. Yeah, man. Stay tuned as people arrive. But yeah, we got a good show, man. As always, we're gonna chop it up and talk about this Yojo June. But we got some surprise information. We got this just in breaking news type shit. The video game developer that makes Dragon Ball Z Fighters, right, is one of the dopest fighting games ever, right? Top notch. They are now making the illest. I mean, this is so big, right? This is so big, bro. This is so big. It's called Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, and it's a Marvel fighting game in the vein of Dragon Ball Z Fighters. I'm gonna show you this motherfucker tonight. It's so peak. It's crazy. And of course, we're gonna talk Yojo June and all the great, dope, badass motherfuckers that they busted out, and we got some pre-orders tonight. Some good shit going on. So a great show ahead. And yeah, incidentally, it's your boy's birthday. So happy born day to me. But yeah, like I said, man, we got a good show. Got a lot of people coming in tonight, in and out, popping through. Without further ado, you know what? I kind of, damn it. All right, let me see what's going on with people's. I don't want to start really going through the dang video until the homies roll up. I wonder what happened to Stu Dog. Raw Talk on the way. Sata coming through. All right. Well, as they're coming in, I got some good shit. Yeah. My bad. Y'all are just looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing? All right. Those Avengers Doomsday rumor reveals more on the X-Men villains that we got coming out for Avengers Doomsday. In the meantime, this rumor is floating around suggesting some well-known X-Men villains will be used heavily in the upcoming movie. How will the Sentinels be used in Avengers Doomsday? And according from this new report from the noted insider Daniel RPK, solid source, very solid source, the Sentinels will be used heavily in the upcoming movie. I feel like they're cramming a lot in this movie, right? It's a lot of shit, right? We got Doom, right? We got Fantastic Four coming in, X-Men coming in. Now Sentinels, that's a whole story in itself. But hey, man, I'm all for it. I don't think it's going to be where comic nerds, big fans of the X-Men are really, really hoping for, or really would love. But it'll be MCU style. But specifically, they will be used by Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom to fight against the X-Men in Doomsday. So throughout the X-Men comics, obviously the Sentinels are the artificially intelligent robots that were created to hunt down the mutants by Bolivar Trask. And the robots have become iconic characters, obviously, in the world of Marvel Comics and are heavily in the X-Men stories. But they kind of symbolize, to me, like apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic dystopian futures. But yeah, while the news has not been officially confirmed by Marvel MCU, specifically, set pictures from Doomsday's production did show us what the users theorized were broken and destroyed Sentinels. I mean, it's pretty obvious, suggesting that the robots may end up appearing in the film. A ton of actors have been confirmed to be, different parts of the movie. We've seen all the actors in their chairs. We don't have to go through all that. A lot of names, more names for the upcoming movie include Wyatt Russell's John, the whole Thunderbirds, Thunderbolts, New Avengers. We got Namor from Wakanda 2. Obviously, we know about them. Shang-Chi, Elena Belova, Beast, Sentry, those guys. Winston Dukes, M'Baku's coming in here. Speaking of M'Baku, speaking of Black Panther, there's a new Black Panther getting ready to come out. And he a white boy. Yeah. Marvel's doing that. Kind of seems like they're going in the opposite direction of their typical I won't use the key word, but their typical narrative, we'll call it a narrative. And this just feels really backwards, but it's fucking crazy. T'Challa passing the mantle on to the next Black Panther, who's actually the white dude, the White Panther. Original origin, peace, salute, what's good? Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Slim Jim, of course. And yeah, man, the weather is decent right now up in the area. But this guy here, man, that's the new Black Panther. No bullshit. In a move sure to cause the exact explosion of discourse that it was intended to. Marvel Comics has kicked off this latest visit to their Marvel Knights imprint with the revelation that at some point in the near future of Earth 616, T'Challa will find himself challenged for both Wakandan throne and the Black Panther by its heir apparent, his blonde-haired, white-skinned son, Katima. That's Katima on the screen there. Unbelievable as it may seem, this twist to Wakanda's canon was confirmed in the debut issue of Christopher Priest and Joe Quesada's new Marvel Knights, The World to Come miniseries. It's just a Marvel Knights imprint originally created by Quesada to denote those books that were too, edgy for the publisher to, the general audience, really. And The World to Come, flings readers into this near future of Marvel Universe to find Wakanda embroiled in a political unrest as the new resistance group known as the Aquamarines wages on an ongoing coup attempt against the country's traditional ruling regime. Yeah, white Black Panther, that's happening. That what happened. As to how the world's most advanced nation finds itself in this state of disarray, it's soon revealed that the heart-shaped dominoes began to fall when its current king, T'Challa, is met with a formal combat challenge to the throne by his son, one of his sons, Katima, a formidable masked warrior who found himself fed up with his father's indifference towards his people's autonomy. And though he easily proves himself to be a more competent warrior, T'Challa finds himself unable to bring a challenge to an end, and thanks to his son's adamant refusal to voluntarily surrender, the only way to do so would require him to outright kill Katima. Mistaking his father's mercy as patronization, Katima ultimately brings things to a close after he flies into a rage, and in doing so, taking his father by surprise and dropping him with a brutal 3-hit combo. And, knocked T'Challa out when he can't get up. He's falling, he can't get up. Katima turns to the elders of Wakanda to formally declare himself the country's new top cat. Katima, proclaiming, "I am now king. Wakanda is mine." The new Black Panther proceeds to remove his mask and reveal himself to his new subjects. And it's not what they expected. I've been saying something like that was going to happen for years because Marvel can switch it up however they want. You said it, man. And hey, they feel this is the move. This is the move. Yes, sir. Barbarino. So at current, outside of his existence, physical appearance, and hatred of his father, no further details have really been, presented regarding Katima's background, who he is, where he comes from, what's going on here, how is he white. Notably, the issue reveals that at some point following his divorce from X-Men mainstay Storm, T'Challa reunited with his first fiancée, Monica Lynn, and the two eventually became, well, Monica became pregnant. Given Katima's complexion, it seems unlikely that Monica, a black woman, is his actual mother. Thus, because he's not like an albino, he's just a white dude. And thus, current speculation suggests that the new king of Wakanda might, may buy T'Challa's son by another, yet to be introduced woman, or an orphan that he adopted. So first it's Shuri. Now it's the white dude. They don't know what they want. But yeah, it should also be noted that in regards to the canon status of Katima and his time ruling over Wakanda, the exact classification of Marvel Knights World to Come is a bit complicated. It's not like Elseworlds really. But every book so far that's been released under Marvel Knights, the Marvel Knights banner has been set firmly in Earth 616. Right? So the fact that a world to come takes place at a sort of vague point in the future kind of invites confusion about whether or not the book is considered full-on mainstream canon, but there's no reason to consider that it wouldn't be necessarily. Obviously, Marvel Knights has always been. But it's just as weird as it is, it just makes you wonder. But more information regarding Katima's history, canon status, and tenure as Black Panther will come to light when Marvel Knights Volume 1, Number 2 hit shelves on July 9th. So, yeah, check that out. Come on, check it. Come on, check it. Come on, check it. We did that one. All right. So, there's a deleted scene in Deadpool and Wolverine that should have stayed in because it beautifully sets up Avengers Doomsday. And Gambit makes a name for himself, finally getting his opportunity after 20 years. Channing Tatum did not squander his moment and instantly became a fan favorite, playing an exaggerated version or comic-based version of the character that would have been featured in his canceled Fox solo film. Tatum perfectly captured Gambit's charm, wit, and the limited amount of time that he was given and left audiences begging for more. Not only did Channing Tatum's Gambit stand out for his over-the-top Cajun accent and comedic timing, but his action sequence during the fight in the void proved that he was not playing around and could be taken seriously as the card-dealing mutant. But yeah, the film gives Gambit and the other Fox heroes a send-off that deserves. It seems that Channing Tatum, his time in the MCU is just beginning. But this deleted scene, released by Ryan Reynolds in response to fans campaigning for Tatum to continue playing Gambit, the scene shows Remy LeBeau survive the battle in the void and turns around to see a portal opening up behind him. And while the scene wasn't really included in the film, the performance and the overwhelmingly positive perception from fans caught Marvel's attention, and Reynolds claimed that the studio was like obsessed with Tatum in the role. And so, yeah, it's, see if I can show you the scene. I love showing stuff. We're gonna see a bunch of shit tonight. Whole bunch of shit tonight's coming out. Don't even worry. Gambit walking over the battlefield turns around, and you can see there in his eyes the ring of the portal, thus, revealing that he does survive. He does hop into the sling ring portal. And yeah, man, it totally sets it up, dog. And just a shame, man, that they cut that out. But if his hair wasn't so perfectly coiffed, it would have been perfect. But yeah, that's pretty dope. I didn't even know about this shit. It's pretty dope. Let's see. Killing time, waiting on people to show up so we can watch these goods. Well, we do have the latest news. DC announcing a 7th new show in James Gunn's DCU slate. We got Lanterns, right? We know about that. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow movies coming out. Creature Commandos, Paradise Lost, Superman movies coming out. Booster Gold and all that. Waller, Batman, Brave and the Bold. But DC has confirmed the 7th new TV show coming out in the reboot. He said, we got an animated spin-off series of Krypto alone. Just Krypto, just a Krypto animated series is Gunn's next big show that he's so proud of. The Krypto series. So another little surprise. I don't watch these TV shows. I don't watch like what do you call it? Network shows and shit. So I never watched Smallville, Superman and Lois, none of it. But if you were a fan of Smallville and everyone loved Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor, was real famous. He has confirmed that he has recorded a secret voice role for James Gunn's upcoming Superman reboot. Yeah, Michael Rosenbaum, Lex Luthor from Smallville, gonna be in the DCU Superman. Obviously not as Lex Luthor, but he says he voiced a couple of lines for the movie. So you never know. He said, James Gunn asked me to do something fun, so I have a couple of lines that I voice. He added, there was nothing in this one, but he's the head of DC, so I think he can stick me in a movie or something. Yeah, that's what he said. So yeah, but Rosenbaum played Lex Luthor in Smallville for 7 seasons. He voiced the Flash in Justice League. He's also a close friend of James Gunn, appearing in as Martin X in Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy. In Superman, Gunn has cast several of his regular collaborators that you always see in key roles: Sean Gunn, Maxwell Lord, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Alan Tudyk, and Michael Rooker are voicing robots in the Fortress of Solitude. So, but although Rosenbaum did not confirm the identity of his voice role, speculation suggesting that he may be voicing one of the robots. I think that's what they're doing. They're just grabbing like fan favorite, Easter egg type, actors and shit like that to have them voice robots in the fortress. But yeah, speaking of Lex Luthor, man. Speaking of Lex Luthor, we got some new promo art of his Warsuit, the purple and green. And it's just like crazy leaks like this coming out in these little what do you call it? Like accidental ways and shit. I don't know. Yeah, no. My bad, man. I didn't see. Appreciate that. The deleted scene plays in the TVA background after the credits. Appreciate you, Johnny Quest Gaming. Salute. Appreciate you. All right. Here is. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Stu Dog, y'all. I'm kind of. It's kind of weird because he ain't even say nothing, though. He was like on the way and then he just disappeared. So we're gonna keep an eye out for Stu Dog and keep our ear to the ground, see what's going on with him. All right, here we go. Uno. Fucking Uno cards. Boom, there you go. Uno card. There is that's his suit. His power suit. Like, I'm not super, I don't know. The helmet's weird, but I'm not mad at it. I'm happy that Lex Luthor has a purple and green power suit. I think that's dope. I think that's super duper like comic, referencing, and that's what I love about what Gunn's doing with the DCU. That's what I love about the DCU and James Gunn, period. He's just a comic nerd giving us shit that we love. And I think the DCU is going to be way more comic book centric than the MCU ever was or will be. I think the MCU wants to do its own cinematic versions of everything, which is fine. And I mean, James Gunn's definitely doing cinematic versions of things, but he's a lot more conscious of making accurate nods to, to the comics and at least trying to stick to shit that we recognize. So that's what I think is going to make it stand above the MCU. But it remains to be seen. You never know. But yeah, DC Superman DC Studios film feature hit the big screen is coming out this July. So we don't have long to wait. We'll get to see it very, very soon. Very, very soon. All right. All right. One of the biggest things I think, man, that we have to talk about tonight, man, is Tokon, and it is big news, man. This thing is fucking amazing. We're gonna check it out, man. We're gonna look at this game. If you know anything about Dragon Ball Z fighters, then you're drooling right now, or you're gonna be in a minute, because they, I think, have made like easily one of the best fighting games of all time. Now they're doing Marvel. They did Dragon Ball so well. They're doing Marvel, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing. We're gonna look at it. I'm gonna show it to you. And the new thing about it, though, this is a new thing: 4v4 tag team fighter. Never seen that before, especially in like a 2D. Bro, you remember how in the fighting games they had like a tag team where you you're playing as a computer and you get like pick like 2 or 3 characters and you could tag them in and like switch fighters. That's the way it was with Dragon Ball Z fighters. You could fight 2 guys, could fight two players, can play each other, and can each have like three characters that they can call in on tag team. Well, this is 4 players. Okay, so everyone, all your tag teams are live players, and it's going to be like a what do you call it? Not a MMO, but multiplayer. Fuck, I'm thinking. PlayStation Studios, Arc System Works, Arc, and Marvel Games joining forces to realize the latest in tag team fighters. Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls, Marvel like never before. These are reimagined characters and stages. Look amazing. Super dope soundtrack that we really won't get to hear, but intuitive gameplay mechanics, jaw-dropping visuals. Definitely, whether it's your first, fighting game or you're a veteran of the genre, Arc has actually incorporated gameplay controls in this game and mechanics that are easy to pick up and play. So it actually works as well for new players to pick up and play. They tried to make it where you don't have to be a fucking prodigy, okay, to compete. Okay, it's gonna be dope, and yet still offer the depth and versatility, for the high level competition. So it's not like it's gonna be whack. Trust me. But from the beginning, they said, from the beginning, we aim to make Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls a title that can be enjoyed by a wide variety of players. That's the game director. He said, generally, a team versus fighting game requires the player to learn multiple characters, but for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, you will only need to master one character in order to play the game. So we've designed the mechanics in such a way that you can perform a variety of actions with either traditional fighting game inputs or simple inputs. And we've seen this before in other games. With a press of a few buttons, multiple characters can appear on the screen to provide backup or attack together, creating a new and exciting team versus team battle experience. He said, since day one, our longtime trusted collaborators at PlayStation and the team at Arc System Works have poured incredible amounts of talent and passion. You know what? Fuck this. Let's look at this shit, man. I'm too excited. We got to see it. I'm gonna throw it on the screen. Here we go. Now, keep in mind, this is YouTube. And so the resolution ain't going to be super dope. Johnny Quest Gamer, yes, God. I'm glad you mentioned this game, bro. I'm so hyped up. It's going to be a banger. Taking Reno to Total Recall Mars to see that lady for his birthday. 2 weeks. The art is insane. Yeah, it is dope. It is dope. All right, here we go. Without further ado. Man, I hope Stu's all right, man. He ain't never missed a show like this, and didn't text, didn't call, don't answer the phone. He probably lost his phone. I hope it ain't nothing bad though. All right, let me make sure y'all can see this whole screen. I think y'all can. Hold on. There you go. All right. I'm big screening it. No, I can't big screen it because then I can't. All right, there we go. We don't need sound, and that's how we keep it legit. All right, there we go. Here we go, y'all. Check it out. So that's it. Arc system works. Cap shield. Comic style. Feeling in a new version of Iron Man there. Marvel games. It's like comics coming to life. Look at that shit. Woo! You got Kamala Khan, Cap, Iron Man going at it right now. But look at the Spidey comes in. Yo. Oh man, I bet you they're gonna have skins. Like a Star-Lord pulling the gats out. Oh wow, yeah, man, the art's incredible. The art is incredible. Ghost Rider, look at Danny Ketch. Where's Johnny Blaze, man? So that's the thing. Skins, man. I bet you skins are gonna give different characters. Oh man, Doom. Getting MVC vibes, getting Marvel vs. Capcom vibes, but the art, no, the graphics, far beyond anything we've seen. And MVC graphically got fucking worse as the game. Like, I don't even know what Marvel vs. Capcom is doing towards part 3, but look at Storm. 4v4 tag team. So here, these are 4 players right there. Really, it's, you see 6 characters on the screen. I think each player can have like multiple characters. It's bananas. Look at that. Hulkbuster. Fucking power moves. Oh my God. Yeah, boy. So that's 8 characters. Now, that's just the ones they're showing now. Don't worry. If we know anything about this this developer, yeah, what I say, Danny Ketch? Robbie Reyes, I mean, sorry. Yeah, man, shout out to Stu Dog. We'll see, man, where he's at. I don't know. What the fuck's going on? I know Raw Talk's on the way in. And Sata coming too. What the heck? We don't want that. What is this? I hate when they give you shit. All right. Let's slow it down. Let's see that in an instant replay. Oh, shit. My bad. We're looking at something else here. Okay, we're looking at development. You ever want to know how video games were made? Looks like a fucking telemarketing office. And they make your games like that. Whole rooms full of telemarketers. And then one guy sits up there in like a black trench coat and fucking pretends that he's like this guru that developed the game all by himself. No, sir. That's not how they do it. Yeah, this is all new footage that we didn't just look at, so this is really cool. See, can we zoom past these talking points? There we go. You can check this out on Marvel's actual website if you want to hear it. Or YouTube channel, rather. That's pretty dope. Map and cap. Map cap. Look at, he's got the, okay. Hang on, you know what? You can see what they're saying down there. Show us the Marvel that you ARC want to create. Well, how come there's no subtitles now? What do I got to do? All right, so if you take a look at our Iron Man design in this game, he said, which it is a very interesting design. It's a Japanese-inspired anime manga. What's the word I'm thinking of? Fuck. Mech, I guess. I wanted something better than mech, though. I think of like Guyver and shit like that. But yeah, it's very anime inspired. Marvel's team really loved it. It was like, yes, this is it. And this is it, bro. This is it, bro. If you're a fighting game fan, if you're a Marvel fan, you have creamed your jeans. Yeah. And that's cool, yo. Wow. Hold on, yo. Let's go back. Let's check that out again. Storm looks amazing. Amazing. Kamala Khan looks different than Storm, in my opinion. She looks more like a straight up anime character, like a different genre than Storm is from, like different genres of anime almost. That's what she looks like. More of like a chibi. And then Spidey, man, look at these eyes. Super expressive. I like that one. Doom. You really can't customize Doom too fucking much, and really nor should you. But of course you can always tweak the armor and shit like that, but iconic. The 4v4 is the most ambitious and innovative feature in the game. Which, you know, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever played a game like that. A 2D side scroller with more than two, players. It's crazy. That's their job. Yo, Stu is missing this shit, dog. Stu would have been going nuts right now. All right. We don't care. Let's see more. Yo, that looked way doper. That's dope. Coming to PS5 and PC in 2026. Damn, it's not that far off. Usually you hear about a game and it's like 5 years later that you eventually, get to fucking see the shit or play the shit rather. But yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. Oh, Mr. J, salute. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you, dog. He said Danny Ketch comics were better. Character design is damn nasty, bro. It's super nasty. I know Mayfec's gonna make these. Yeah, that would be. Oh, really? That's news. I didn't know that. That's huge news. Rivals fucking figures, dog. Mayfex too. Beautiful. It looks like the way you envisioned games now when you saw You know what I'm saying, dog? Slim Jim feels me on this. When you Gundam, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Mighty Rex. Yeah. When I see games now, rather when I look back at video games I used to play as a kid, I don't remember it looking that bad, dog. Like especially, Xbox era up. I wasn't that young then. I mean, I was, in my early 20s, but like PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1. But you go back to, Super Nintendo and I mean even like 64 and shit like that. Like games just in my mind, they looked so much better because like I guess we come from a generation where we had to use a lot of imagination when playing video games because they were sprites. They were little fucking sprites. You know what I'm saying? Sata, what up? What up? All right, Sada's coming through around 8, y'all. Stay tuned. Raw Talk is also coming through about that time or actually sooner. And yeah, we don't know what's going on with Stu, man. Boy, I don't know. Something up with Stu. We're gonna hear about it. It's gonna be a big. There he is. What the fuck is going on? And what's going on? Stu Dog in the house, everybody. I hope. I guess he didn't die in a car accident or some shit. What's up, Stu Dog?
Who died in the car accident?
I don't know. I didn't know what happened to you, dog. You didn't call nobody. You didn't text nobody.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. I thought we was better than that.
Earlier. We are. We text earlier. See, you wasn't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. I texted you earlier, and you was like, "When we was talking about buying the Joes," and I said, "Reno, I'm getting ready to go buy me a Nintendo Switch 2 as of right now." And I was like,
"Okay, no. Yeah, I'll read the text. You said, I will get him, but I am trying to buy a Switch 2 today. That's it."
Yeah, that's why I was.
You didn't say I'm gonna be late for the show. You didn't say none of that. I thought you was.
I thought I wasn't. Well, I thought I wasn't gonna be late. I literally just got out the line. Like when I tell you, and
we just happy to see you, dog.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
We glad you made it.
But I'm glad I made it, and I'm glad I got a Switch. I got the last. I was the last person to get one in the line.
Lucky bastard.
I got number 68. They had 70. I got number 68.
Show it or it didn't happen. Where's it at?
I got be right back.
Show us that joint. Come on, unbox it.
See, hold on. Be right. No, I ain't got it yet. I can't get it till midnight.
Okay.
I got the receipt. If you want to see the receipt, I got the receipt. But while I was there, I bought Adam Strange.
Adam Strange.
He's been sold out everywhere. I was like, I'll take that Adam Strange over there too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Look at he comes with 3 faces. Yo, look at this. The face scopes are dope. He comes with
to the left. There you go. Oh wow, changeable faces. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then here's the third one. And
nice. Yeah, McFarlane did that with the DCU Superman as well. So I guess he started getting into changing faces. Yeah, the DCU Superman, the movie one. It's got different faces just because he wants to have red eyes on one of them, and I guess he's experimenting with multiple faces. Yeah, because it's something that other figure like Fig Arts, SH Fig Arts, and other figure maker companies, they do that. So, man, I got the
this
GI
is.
Joe shit right up here with me right here. I got the. I mean,
I see you got a nice display going on.
bang.
Oh,
It's so hard.
Bong, bong. Yo,
Hold
I
up.
want that.
Where's
Too,
Mindbender?
man.
Where's Mindbender? Where's Mindbender?
Bong, bong. Hold up.
Woo!
Bong, bong.
Yeah.
Bong, bong. And you know the glitch happened as well. And you know what I'm talking about.
Nice.
You know it was glitched. That's all I can tell you. Well, you know what I mean when I say it was glitched. So
Yes, sir.
so you already
Dog.
know you already know how it's going down.
Well, we gonna get into what we gonna get into now because we about to pre-order. We just pre-ordered a bunch of shit. I did anyway, and we're gonna talk about it. Raw talk. Let me set this shit where we can see Raw talk when his camera's off. Bung. All right. Raw talk in the building.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy
Appreciate
birthday.
that, man. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, happy born day. Yeah, too happy born day, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You're about to have a member, a new member,
A word
of the same ilk, of the
word.
same. Tomorrow is the day that Xavier comes into the world.
Gemini, baby.
Yeah. At 50, I got another son.
That's wild, B.
Sweet Jesus. Well, at least you still making them. At least you still got it. You still got it. Man, at 50, if you still making them, man, we can't do nothing but clap, take our hat off to you, my man, and just say,
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And you still making them at 50, you the man. You know,
If
most people
Moms is still making them at 50, we really
if she's
impressed.
still making we really need to have. We gonna come out. We coming up to have a party or something, bro.
That's mad impressive, man. Yeah.
You know,
but man, you guys missed some shit though, man. I'm telling y'all missed some shit. You know what y'all missed? A couple things. I'll tell you what you missed. Black Panther getting replaced by this guy here, his son Keaton, the white guy, blonde hair dude, is gonna be the new Black Panther. Marvel's doing that, yes sir.
Keaton,
it's already happened.
When did that shit happen?
Already happened in the Marvel Knights comic.
32.
We just talked about it. Yeah, man. I don't want to bore everybody with it again, but yeah, we just chopped it up. It's going down.
First the Fat Boys break up. Now this.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
First the Doobie, the Wu-Tang break. All right, hold on. Yeah, bro.
Fat Boys break up. Now this.
Oh, you missed it? Yeah, the Fat Boys broke up and now this.
No thing with
you missed it.
Yeah,
all right, hold on. All right, since people missed it, I'll do a quick recap. Oh, never mind. I already deleted the information. Well, I'll tell you what. T'Challa basically gets challenged by his son, the white dude, but he's got a mask on. No one knows he's white yet. He challenges T'Challa. They fight. It's T'Challa's son, so T'Challa doesn't kill him, which he would had to do in order to, win the battle or whatever. And so at the end, he knocks T'Challa out, and then he goes to the elders, and he's like, okay, where's my man? I'm the man, give me the mantle. Fucking Wakanda is mine. And they grant him the shit, and he pulls that shit off, and he's just chilling. Fucking everybody's like, what the fuck?
Stop, man.
Yeah.
Well, the real question is, when did T'Challa have a white son? That's the real question they probably asked.
Well, that's so we know that he had, because he had left when he left Storm, when he was with when he left Storm, he went back to his old girl, but she's black, and so we still don't know like how the dude's white or where he came from. We don't know anything about him. We got no background information yet. That's coming in the next issue, issue 2. But yeah, man, that happened. And
you have a wild night out or something? You have like a wild night on the town or something?
Listen,
drunk or something? My
son is mixed, and his hair don't look like this. You feel me? It's not. I don't. It's got to be something to do with magic or something, man. Because it ain't.
Yeah, they probably
that ain't genetics.
They probably took a cell from him and grafted him, and did a clone or some type of wild joint. You know how it gets in Marvel Universe.
Mm-hmm.
They did something. They had to, bro. I can't understand it. I mean, I guess I don't know. There ain't been a white person on the throne of Wakanda in how many thousands of years?
This me back when I was 20,
Oh,
21.
damn, Reno, about 12 in that picture, man.
Yeah, me and wifey.
Oh, damn, Reno, you like Mark Wahlberg in that picture.
Yo, word.
And word, but yeah, nah, my yeah. Y'all want to see my pops when he was fucking 18 in the 70s? Well,
All right.
look just like me and shit.
Oh shit.
Yo, yo,
Word
what's he
on.
doing? Yo,
And my son looked just like us too. It's like we got super strong genes and shit. But yeah, man.
you could be in a movie and be like, this was me when I was younger.
Yeah. Speaking of me when I was younger, I got a picture of me standing on the South Tower, in New York when I'm like 3 years old.
Oh
Like
wow.
standing in front of the Twin Towers and shit. Yeah, it's a pretty dope picture. But yeah, another thing you guys missed that I'm not even gonna be sad about showing up again because it's shit fucking dope. Before we get into, because this is Yo Joe June, and we gonna talk about these bad boys right here. Because yes, sir.
Dice and whoa.
Yo,
Whoa, who was that? Go back. Who was that? Go back.
We'll be there in a second, but check it out. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So there's a fighting game made, Dragon Ball Z fighting game made by this company called Arc. That's just fucking amazing. Kid with the kung fu grip, salute. And they have made a new game, a Marvel game, a Marvel fighting game. Couldn't spit that out, but yeah, a Marvel fighting game, the likes of which we've never seen. It's the game we dreamt of back in the day. I'll show you real quick because we already looked at it, but I gotta show the homies real quick. Bong. No sir. Bong. All right, watch this.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna blow it up. Watch this.
This is the stencils that they use to draw and stuff. Oh, nice.
Watch this.
It makes Marvel versus Capcom look like Pac-Man.
Right.
Yo.
Fucking. And this is just like the first 8 characters they're showing off. And they showed Storm to let us know mutants are gonna be here. So expect to see like Sabretooth and Wolverine and all that cool shit too. But Storm's here. We got Star-Lord. Look at Star-Lord. Wow. You got Spidey.
Wait a minute. Wait, time out.
Oh, he got the proton cannon. Okay.
Wait. Reno, take that back. Take that back a notch. Because I know I didn't see what I just thought I saw. Hey, back it up a little, just a little bit.
What, more?
Too far. Yeah, more. Keep going.
More back more?
Yeah, go back. All right, go back.
What are you trying to find? Tell me what it was.
No, right there. You had it right there. I need to see that again.
All right, here we go. From the beginning.
All right, so they fighting. All right. Is that Miss Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You see Miss Marvel right now?
I thought
you should see Cap fighting. You should see Cap fighting Iron Man right now.
Iron Man. No, Cap fighting.
Miss Marvel just came in. There's Kamala. Here's Kamala with the big fist. Bang.
Oh, so you get to switch. All right, so you get to switch on the fly.
Not only that, Stu. 4v4. Hold on. It's 4v4. That means 4 live players can play at the same time. New shit.
But that's not.
Yeah.
The thing. See, right. All right, that ain't the thing. That tripped me out. I'm gonna show you.
Oh.
It tripped me out.
No, I know, because they ain't shown that yet.
Okay,
cool. Look at the big feet.
All right, so Spidey comes out.
Bang.
Iron Man blasts her with the unibeam.
Scissor kick.
Yeah.
knocks her into the
back right there,
background, goes to another
right
field,
there, right there. Now watch what Spidey does right here. This is the thing that had me tripping. Right there. See how when he kicked it, look, she flew through the cars, and she on a whole nother stage. Look at that.
Right.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yo. Ridiculous.
And then fucking Star-Lord with the cannons. Now check out Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider.
Oh
no, stop.
Yo, son.
Those Star-Lord into the other stage.
Yo, check out the dudes with the gats.
Yep.
So you can knock them through walls and cars. Look at that. That's dope.
Yep, that's damage control in the background. Damage control.
Yeah, that's dope. We ain't
now
seen
Doom comes in. Doom comes in.
Doom does the damage.
And this is where I really felt the MVC vibes, but it's just way better, way more graphical, way the 60 frames. The artwork
is and this ain't even done yet.
No, this is and this is, keep in mind, guys, this is YouTube resolution. YouTube looks like shit. It's always gonna look like shit when they show games.
So wait a minute. So this game is done. This game is done. It's finished.
Well, no, but I'll show you something else before we watch this. I'm gonna just hop over real quick.
Storm coming through.
All right, Storm. Well, hold on. Let me let you see this shit real quick.
Excuse me.
Let me let you see Storm, and then I'm gonna show you.
Yo, she come through like woo, word.
Cutscenes, man.
I am thoroughly impressed. Look at this.
Yeah, this is huge. This is huge news. This will be out in 2026. 4v4 tag team. That means, right? That means like you can have multiple players and tag team in, bro. Live players. Yeah. Like there's 6 characters on the screen right now. And they're all manned.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but will it be any lag or slowdown?
Well, that's the thing. Apparently, they developed it so that this is a new thing that they works. It works. They also did check this out. They also did something so that they made the controls where beginners can play just as good as like
that's hard.
They got their final kill moves just like
these are cutscenes.
Oh, they got they got what's it? They got special moves. Oh, look at that. They got EX moves. Look at that.
These are just the first 8 characters.
All right.
How many in total are they planning on releasing?
Well, I know that Marvel or that Dragon Ball Z, the other game they made, has like 50 fucking characters.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball Z one is over. I think it's over.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's dope too. That's a hard game. That game is hard. I play that joint all the time.
Now watch this.
All right, you about to show us some more other shit. This is Takahara.
This is all footage that we didn't just see, and it's more clear footage. This is new footage. This is different scenes. I mean, see how much clearer it looks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, way clear.
Cap look dope.
Yeah, bro.
Cap do look hard. They're gonna have to do figures for these. They gotta do figures for these joints.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat, I was just talking about that. They said, Mayfex is doing the Marvel Rivals figures right now.
A word?
Yeah, like JoJo's Great Adventure. Yep.
Oh my god, bro! Can you imagine Marvel Rivals figures? They're gonna be super wide and huge. I hope. Mayfex too.
Yo, they just need to come out with this, G.I. Joe game, man.
Yeah, imagine.
And it gotta be like what you call it?
But that's my thing though, Raw Talk. Who G.I. Joe, all they do is fight. I don't understand why nobody ever came out with a G.I.
Yo. And with all the different characters, bro, they could make a dope fighting game.
They make $1 billion off that game in one fucking year. Not even. In one fucking month, bro.
Well, you know what, man? We're gonna put up a Kickstarter project, man. We gonna put it out.
man, I ain't doing no Kickstarter.
We can. If we get the backing, all we need is a developer. All we need is a developer to put it out for us.
Y'all look in the background.
But we gotta pay for licenses, fees, and all that.
Listen, none of y'all know how to build video games anyway. Look.
Exactly.
Look at the background.
I'll run off with the money.
Yes. Dude, look behind Ghost Rider. Look at the eye. Watch.
Get more G.I. Joes with the money.
That's Shuma Garath or Gigantos.
That's Gigantos.
Gigantos, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
You looking around, eye moving and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at that.
There's Thor in the background, so we can, you can bet all the big characters are going to be in this. And then, with them showing Storm, that shows us that they're going to have mutants, so we can expect, our Magnetos and our, Sabretooth and Wolverine, Cyclops will surely be there. Yeah. Maybe Beast. That would be dope.
Yo.
Well, speaking of G.I. Joe,
what's that war game? I keep forgetting off the top. The play. Everybody plays that game.
Which one?
Oh, Call of Duty or
Call of Duty shit.
PUBG or something or Fortnite?
Call of Duty. They should just do Call of Duty G.I. Joe. That
would be.
And that'd
even be hard. That would be hard. That'd be that first person format. That'd be hard.
Bro. That game right there hit $5 billion. I'm telling you off top, man.
Sata in the house.
What up, Sata?
Hello.
What
Happy
up?
birthday.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Joe fighting game.
I know, though. Man,
that was supposed to be cool. Because if you do the Call of Duty, you got to get the skins, then you got to get the weaponry, then you get the vehicles, then you can fight Cobra, then you got Cobra La, you got all this stuff you can put into it.
Yeah,
you can put all of Joe's shit into it, and you will have to purchase it just like you're purchasing classified. Yo, I'm telling you, people go crazy. Yo,
speaking of Joe shit, here we go.
When these dudes jump on, when?
This was today. This was today.
I missed it.
Yeah, this was today.
Oh, she lost some weight.
Yeah, she did. She looking
Ozempic, baby. Ozempic making everybody look good.
Ozempic. Yo, I need to hit up some Ozempic, bro, because I didn't gain like 50 pounds.
I need that shirt he got on. I need that Cobra.
I knew they was going to do
that Cobra shirt.
I was telling you, definitely going to
I need that Cobra La shirt he got on.
Now look at them though; they look way better than I thought they were from the digital renders. Man, they look really good.
They do look. Yeah.
The drum set looks really cool too. The instruments.
Will it bring you back, Raw Talk? Will it bring you back?
No. I'm too far gone, man.
Yeah.
I text Brian Flynn before this happened because he was supposed to release the Super 7 Cold Slither O-rings. That was going to be his San Diego Comic-Con introduction as far as letting people know that we getting real deep into this G.I. Joe cartoon phase, right? These guys just cut him under the knees, put under his kneecaps, man.
Yeah,
I do have the O-ring Cold Slither Zartan on my wall. I have that.
That's crazy. Yeah. They do look good, man. They look better than I thought they would.
Yeah, they do. That drum set's really fucking well done too, man. Like I was on the fence, not even on the fence. I really kind of was not going to get this. I need this.
Everybody needs it now.
I absolutely am getting this.
But here's the thing. This was what, and me being devil's advocate and all that. Why did they just jump into the cartoons now? You know what I'm saying? They was really the action figure. They was just emulating what was in the O-ring line. Now they're jumping into the cartoons, which Super 7 had that in the Ultimates and in the Reaction, and now the Reaction Plus.
I mean, bro, devil's advocate, fucking Super 7s are way too expensive. Fuck that.
Yeah, but still, man. Like,
and I got the Cobra Commander. I got the Cobra Commander, and I prefer the fucking classified one, to be honest. Out of the Cobra Commander from and the Cobra Commander classified, I prefer the classified one.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but it is more cartoon. You're right. It's definitely more based on the cartoon. But I mean, I think this is like a little departure. I don't think they're like gonna be jumping super into the cartoon with anything else. But this was just like a little special thing they did.
Man, Flynn coming with the girl with the truck that picked up Roadblock. I forget her name. And he's coming with the
Oh yeah, I was
and then we got Snake Eyes with the polar bear and the.
I was just saying why they don't bring them out. Yeah. Why they don't bring them out? The people that was like the girl with the cowboy girl. What's the name of the girl with the cowboy hat that was in this episode? They didn't bring her out.
Yeah, they will. They will. Not them. I'm talking about Brian Flynn and them over there at Super 7.
Yeah.
Because they're strictly the cartoons.
So now they got the All Striker. Yeah, the All Striker is the next thing they showed us. First of all, this right here, this was just like a preview. They didn't. This isn't going up for pre-order yet. The Cold Slither, it's just a just a reveal. Same thing with the All Striker. It's not going up for pre-order today or anything, but it's just like a reveal.
That right there, man, is an abomination.
I'm really pissed about this. I'll tell you the truth. The All Striker and the motorcycle were like my two favorite G.I. Joe vehicles as a kid. And this is me having like the flag and everything, like every vehicle, bro, every fucking big ass jet and all that shit. I like the All Striker
look like
and the motorcycle
like this
because I like how they maneuver and shit. Like they had a bit more playability than anything. But see the difference. I mean, real quick, we'll show Raw Talks.
My favorite Joe vehicle was the what was it called? The one with the two jets on the back. It was like a helicopter without propellers, but it had the two jets on the back.
I don't know. Help me out.
What's the name of that joint? The one they were chasing Zartan in. Remember when they were chasing Zartan in the swamp?
Let's look at the differences here.
You mean a swamp skier?
Oh, the swamp?
No. Not the swamp skier. Remember when they broke Cobra Commander out of jail, and Zartan had him on the back of his skiff, and Roadblock. It was Roadblock, Flint, Shipwreck, and somebody else. They were in the I forget what they were called. It looked like a small helicopter, but it doesn't have the propellers. It's got two jets on the back, two jet engines, and they were like skipping through the swamp with it.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Yeah,
Zartan. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
No, not that. Not that.
No, it's like they sit in like a cage, like almost like it's like a cockpit with two jets on the back.
Yeah, cockpit with two jets on the back. Yeah, it looked like
there's nothing to it. No, you're thinking skis and swamp shit. Think G.I. Joe vehicle. It's green.
Oh, yeah, G.I.
Joe vehicle. Yeah, it's not a Cobra thing. But the All Striker. So you see how the original one had the big front wheels? Like them bitches are way bigger, bro.
Yeah.
Let me see the wheels. Look how the front wheels stick up. Look how big they are, dog.
Oh yeah. It looks
look
more
at
like
them wheels.
That's dope.
Versus these little tiny ass wheels.
You got the tiny wheel in the front and the big one in the back.
Big ones in the back.
Yeah.
Not real doom buggy. He made it like a California doom buggy.
Right.
One of them
doom buggy. Yeah.
No, but this right here, man, this is how they were supposed to stick to the script.
Yeah, man, I'm a little bit salty about it because that was, like I said, that was my favorite shit. That All Striker was my favorite shit. What do y'all think about the price for the Cold Slither? I think it's gonna be like about 200, 180.
I say 275.
275, really?
Yeah, that's including the shipping.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be between 150 and 200, that's for sure. Or Raw Talk's going to even almost 300.
Each figure.
I think each figure's 30.
Yep. So that's what?
369. That's 120. And then you can figure the drum set and the instruments is another 50.
And it's a San Diego Comic Con.
That's 170. It's a Comic-Con exclusive. Tack on another $50. That's 220. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be about 200.
I mean,
that's what I think.
On Scalper's Island, on Scalper's Island, yeah.
Scalper's Island, you're gonna pay 600.
Crazy. Oh.
You're gonna pay 600 on eBay. Yeah, you better get it from the pre-order. That's one thing I can tell you. You better get the pre-order.
About this, man, I'm puzzled because you come up with the damn.
That's the one. That's it right there. That's what he's.
That's it right there. That's it right there.
The Skyhawk.
Yeah. Skyhawk, yes. Because remember in G.I. Joe, they flew those on a rag. They flew them on a rag.
Yeah. Especially
on the cartoon.
Lady J, they always was in these.
It was always in Scout,
Yeah. But so let's get to it, man. They revealed some fly shit today. We tripping. So check it out. The police, if you care about, if you like those, what are they? Just where they're just like regular guys. They got a fireman. They got a all different kind of soldiers and shit. But they're based on the original 12-inch GI Joe, the old GI Joe dolls, right?
Action Force and stuff like that.
Figure, yeah, where GI Joe they had a fireman one, they had a cop one, they had a sniper one, they had a medic one, army one, right? So
they had a garbage man. They had a garbage man that worked for sanitation and all that. Yeah.
They had all types. They had a trapper, the whole thing.
They went bananas. They tried to think of anything that boys would play with, because at the time they had Barbie dolls which were going nuts, and they were like, what can we give the boys? And they're like, well, let's give them a manly doll, and they made all this bullshit. It wasn't until Kenner, thank the gods, gave us Star Wars figures that were 375 and changed the game, because now you could make vehicles that were actually not just fucking stupid ass bubbles. Like, you just ever see the vehicles for these GI Joe figures? They're ridiculous.
The GI Joes of the 60s, when they came out, they were the first ones to coin the term action figure.
Action figure, right?
They were the first ones to come
because
out.
They were trying to do. That's exactly right. They were trying to. We know girls have dolls. Well, boys aren't going to play with dolls. What are they going to play with? An action figure.
Yeah, great marketing that lasted until today.
Yeah. Well, here, this guy, he's a policeman. He's got the riot gear. He's got the poncho. He's got looks like maybe some non-lethal bullets. I don't know. He's got a flare gun, some handcuffs, and he's got two heads, a black head and a white head, so you can army build or have 2-3 soldiers or cops rather if you want.
And you do what you want. You can make it. You can have a diverse police force. However you want to do it.
Yeah. But I skip these. I don't get the 60th anniversary figures.
No.
I can't get everything. But here's
just get a 1/12 T-shirt made with NWA on the chest.
Yeah. Oh man, I've been waiting for Mercer, man, for a minute. And Stu, I think this will make you happy, because remember when we looked at the 2-pack and you were like, why is they giving us another Sergeant Slaughter with the same outfit? Well, this is a whole new outfit.
That's the one that came with the Warthog. They're basing it off the one that come with the Warthog.
Okay.
That Mercer's too damn small. I'm gonna tell you that.
Why is he? Well, no, because he's standing next to Sergeant Slaughter. He's just a regular sized guy.
Him and Sergeant was big dudes in that. And if you look at the movie,
yeah, the cartoon,
they were kind of like
they were
neck and neck.
When you read the comic,
Mercer.
And when you read the comic, Mercer stands taller than everybody. Yeah, he's taller than everybody.
He's broad.
Yeah.
Even in the new comic that they got out now, he's taller than everybody.
Well, they wanted him to be the same size as other Vipers. They wanted him to be the same size as the other Vipers because he's supposed to be a Viper, an ex-Viper. And he kind of does. You can see he's got kind of like Viper-esque kind of clothes on, the Viper kind of armband, a little bit similar like Viper pants and stuff. But yeah, that's what he's a Cobra Viper. This guy. One of these. He's one of these guys that change sides, change teams. Much like Storm Shadow did.
Crazy. Slim Jim Longfoot, what up?
Yeah.
Everybody.
So, I can say,
real.
Well, I guess I'm getting a 2-pack. I guess I'm gonna have 2 Sergeant Slaughter.
Everybody's pocket's gonna be broke before Halloween.
I mean, listen. With all the with tariffs included, I don't know how we're gonna survive, brother.
Now Lenny was still, I guess, playing with G.I. Joes in the 90s because he loves Slice and Dice. He said they're 2 of his favorite characters. These guys are from Ninja Force. They came out in the 90s. So I was not even playing with G.I. Joe anymore. But these guys look fucking cool.
Yeah, they're dope.
They look really cool.
They are super dope.
And they come with
I can say their design cues are pretty dope on something for the most part. It's just
I love this.
I just don't like that damn All Striker, man. That disappoints me. But everything else
does. Yeah, the All Striker does suck. But these boots are really cool. Like the boots, the toe like points up in some weird like ninja form. Like the gear is really cool on this guy. It's not reuse. too much. He's got these cool like you know, what do you call it, cloth things, deals hanging here, but
it's like those two dudes was at a opera house and stole the gear and put it together and went crazy with it.
yeah, like a kung fu movie, opera house. Yeah. I mean, he's got like the fencing style kind of mask on, weapons that need to be chromed out really badly, and this is the hat and scarf, man. That's fucking cool. I would almost buy this 2-pack just for that hat and scarf. I will put that hat and scarf.
Nah, yeah. I would have to put that on Snake Eyes.
I was gonna say I'll put it on. I'm gonna put it on Storm Shadow. That's why.
Okay, Storm Shadow.
Yep. But there they are. They come out, or they came out today. If you didn't get one, I think they're still available on Pulse. They're only available on Pulse. Budo sold out.
Well, they had their,
within minutes.
They had their but they had their bot protection up. I'll take my hat off to them.
They did.
For that.
Did you get caught with a thing?
I'll take it. They had their bot protection up, which is a good thing. That's a very
they
good
caught
thing
me with it
because
they caught me and they said hold down the button to prove you're not a bot.
Yes, to prove you're not a bot.
Before I could order,
they didn't have they didn't have their bot protection up on the last
still
pre-orders.
available on Pulse.
Is he? Okay, thank you for that, Sata.
Yeah, because you got the bot protection. Bot protection stops a lot. Make sure everybody that really want one can get one.
But you see the Ninja Force logo here, the pink star with the bright. So like Ninja Force, when it came out in this, everything was super bright colors, like these fluorescent ninjas and shit. So, but yeah, I was long out of G.I. Joe by then. But this guy was definitely from my era, and I am super excited and was really anticipating them making Budo.
Oh, whoa! He looking tough.
That looks really good.
That boy hot. That's how I'm definitely gonna have mine kitted out. He comes with 2 sets of gear. You can see over here down on the far right, he has his tactical sort of more military tactical gear that he can wear, and this is obviously his more traditional samurai armor. He's got
when he meets up with Slice and Dice, he changes into that.
There you go. Exactly. You fight Slice and Dice with this, and then when he joins the Joe team, he could throw on his tactical gear and go on missions. But Budo was a you know, it's funny when my son just laughs every time I tell him about a different G.I. Joe character. He's like what? He's like a samurai now. He's like how is G.I. Joe like they're supposed to be this military team and they're like all these different crazy type of, you know, characters and shit. That's the point. That's what G.I. Joe is. It's specialists from all these different sort of genres and teams and types and styles and different kind of warriors from different kind of backgrounds and shit. And that's basically what it is. It's like a you know, melting pot, international, right? Everybody's a different background.
The Deke series, they became G.I. Joe International Hero. Right after that's the second series after the first series that we know about, you know, in general. Yep.
It makes more sense, yeah, because there's so many foreign. I mean, there's so many different countries, different characters from different places. Here he is with the tactical.
And it says it, yeah. And even when you watch the cartoon, it says they're a highly trained special mission force, which means that you need specialists mostly in order to have a highly trained special mission force.
Yep.
So you're gonna have ninjas, you're gonna have gunners, you're gonna have everybody's got to be something. Everybody's got to be above average and above the rest.
And they combat terrorism only. They were terrorists, anti-terrorist combat,
right?
Stuff like that. So Cobra was the terrorist. So
ruthless terrorist organization.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how this was his. Yeah, right. And this would be his more traditional look, where he was like sort of. This is supposed to be more sort of the 80s toy version, where he just had like a samurai helmet with no mask and the gear that you know could have gone either way. With you know his, but he definitely looks different. I mean, this is definitely not a retro version of Budo or anything. I don't know if they will do a retro Budo, probably not. But Lenny claims they'll do a retro everybody eventually, but I'm skeptical. But the other thing, so this dropped today as well, and sold out immediately. But you could get it on Pulse. You can also get it on Big Bad Toy Store. You can also get it on Entertainment Earth and GameStop and all the others. And I got one from every one of them, because whoever sends it first, then I'll just cancel the rest. But that's how I do. But I think I might keep 2 though. I'm gonna keep 2 Budos. One I gotta take out. One I gotta keep in the box. Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow. Yeah, Storm Shadow. Quick Kick. There's certain characters I had to get 2 of. That just you know.
Now, if they come out with a retro one, I'll get them and keep them in the box.
Ooh,
I like those cards.
yeah.
I like those card backs.
Them card backs are nasty.
Really do. They do.
Now this is the look at they fucked up the rocket thing again. Man, they fucked up the rocket thing. They put the smoke on the wrong side. But anyway, the blast effects, they put the smoke in the front and the idiots. But anyway, this is the MMS. So we had a Cobra version of this, the SMS, right? That went with the Stinger. And this sticks onto the back of the vamp. And it comes with a figure. The last SMS came with a Techno Viper, if I'm not mistaken, and then this comes with this guy here, who is Colonel Hawk with blonde hair.
That was Hawk when he was going through his blonde stage.
Right.
80s Hawk. Yeah, he wanted to be blonde.
The original.
He trying to get all the women. He trying to get all the ladies. So he dyed his hair blonde.
There you go, Raw Talk.
I'll tell you, my young Hawk. Yeah, super young Hawk. I'll tell you, might have to jump back in. Yeah, Hawk was dope, man. He really, really dope.
What happened to Raw Talk? Oh, he muted. Oh, I think he had to run off somewhere. That's not Duke. No, yeah, it's young Hawk. Yeah, he obviously resembles Duke with the blonde hair, but yeah.
Yeah, he is young. He do look young. He look real young right there.
The samurai coming up was like my what kids call Binky. I took dude and used him for everything, even used him with Willow toys, etc. Yeah. Yes, yeah. I mean, anything fucking samurai, ninja, martial arts at all was just I had to fuck with it.
He said using Willow toys. Yeah, because you had a good ninja.
Yeah.
You had a good ninja back then, man. You had some fun.
Yeah. But these are the ones that came out now, and of course this is Yojo June, so they wouldn't tell us everything. There's a bunch more coming this month. We can expect Sci-Fi, we can expect Night Viper. We got at least we know at least we have Wetsuit coming, Flash. These 4 guys, so these guys will be coming out later this month. So yeah, we ain't done.
All right, they said Flash. Wait, who's that? All right, whoa. All right, who's that on the top with the green? What was that?
That's Night Viper and Sci-Fi. Oh, you know who Sci-Fi is, right?
I don't remember Sci-Fi.
You don't remember Sci-Fi? Really?
I don't.
Raw Talk. Where Raw Talk at? He got to pull out his Sci-Fi. You'll remember when you see him. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, he was the first and only fluorescent colored figure. When he came out, he was the first fluorescent green, the first guy that wasn't like a more muted, more natural color. He was the first fluorescent color. And I say first because after that, they got more and more fluorescent as the years went on. By the time the 90s hit, they were all fluorescent.
Yeah, they were totally fluorescent. Yeah, you're right about that.
But those guys are coming this month and more. At least we know, so there was a few surprises. So yeah. And Wetsuit, I'm really excited for, because he's not gonna he hopefully he will not be a reuse of Torpedo, because they've used Torpedo's body so many goddamn times with the eel, with these red and yellow these new red and yellow ones, and I think there was even another one. So yeah, the 60th anniversary. So I'm excited for a new diver body, because Wetsuit definitely has a different body than Torpedo did. So that'll be cool. Sci-Fi was that dude. He was in cartoons. Yeah, he was in the cartoons. Yeah, he was one of the figures that in cartoons. Yeah, You remember him now?
Yeah, I remember him from the card. I don't remember the figure though. I gotta see it. If I see the figure, I'll probably be like, all right. But I remember from the cartoon
Yeah.
because I've been watching the cartoon, so that's why I remember. But I don't remember the figure though. I don't.
Yeah.
And I probably had him too. I probably had him. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
To be dope. He did
So,
a good
yeah,
job on Budo.
Deluxe figure comes with an extra suit of armor and whatnot. Yeah, I think he did a great job. I can't wait. But yeah, Yodo June just beginning, so we'll be back. Each for all of our shows. We'll definitely be whenever they do updates. We'll cover what they talked about. But these are the three that they put up today. Only three. It was Slice and Dice 2-pack, Budo, and the MMS with Hawk. And they felt that was sufficient for one day. Emily said something to the effect of, I know you guys are like, oh man, that's all you guys gave us for today, but we got to spread it out over the whole month, she said. And then she gave us some little, let me see. Oh yeah, that's right. So check this out.
Now that everybody is in the know on kind of who is behind our amazing cold slither activation for this year, wanted to give you a behind the scenes look at Zartan, our shadowy front man, warming up. So we're going to throw it over to Gus for a quick check-in. I cannot wait to see more of our cold slither activation at San Diego Comic-Con this year.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a live Cold Slither band at Comic-Con.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. With actors playing the Dreadnoks. Yeah. Yeah. Marvel Tokon. G.I. Joe June. Super dope shit.
Yeah, super excited.
Hell yeah, man. I can't wait.
They did it, bro. They did a really good job on Slither, man. I'm impressed. Like I'm impressed, bro. I had to get them.
Oh, wait till my cold Slither? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do them, bro. I like the way they look. They look good.
Yeah. For sure.
They look damn good.
But
I'm so glad they had it. I'm so glad they had the bot protection of it. But that Marvel fighting game, bro, that is
dog.
I'm excited for a fighting game now. I'm gonna have to get on there and give out work.
I know, dog. That's what I'm saying, man. I can't wait. We gotta wait till 2026, but it's gonna be worth it.
I'm okay. I'll wait. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with waiting. I'll wait till 2026. We can wait. I'll be standing just like this. Wait.
Look at this shit. What is that? What is this? Hold on. The next McFarlane figure. It says, excuse me, Collector's Edition Superman, Strange Lives of Superman. It reminds me of the Mad TV guy. Okay, I guess they're different versions. Comes with different heads. The body's cool. The body is the same as the that new Superman that I just got. The Silver Age Superman. And then this has like this old man head. But I like the body's pretty cool. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, all red. So, but yeah, he's got old man head, weird ass. I don't know if this is Mad TV or Mad Magazine.
Mad Magazine head, yeah. That's what that looked like.
And this, I don't know. I guess he got plastic surgery and it went from that to this. Yeah. he probably looked like this, and then He got plastic surgery so he could look like this.
Yeah. Hey, listen. If it works, it
That's
works.
the story I'll buy.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all. I gotta feed a pregnant woman.
Oh.
All right, go.
Duty calls.
That's an emergency.
Yeah. Duty calls. You got a sci-fi figure we could show Stu?
I think he's gone. I think he just came to say that.
Oh! He just was like, I got to do that.
Yeah.
Damn! Multiple heads in the box. Yeah, that would be new for McFarlane. And a lion dude. Yeah, based on the tail. Yeah, I saw that lion head dude. They didn't have a picture of it though. I don't know if he's part of this pack or if it's a separate figure or what. But I did see that too. That lion head dude. It's like a version of Superman where his head was like a lion.
A lion? Man.
Yeah. Man, we went through everything so fast, man. We got shit to talk about now. we ran through it all, man.
I'm blown away by the Marvel game.
Yeah.
I'm just blown away by that Marvel game. Really am. I mean, Marvel Rivals is already set the world on fire, and everybody loves Marvel Rivals. Like they love it. Even Sata likes Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. Oh, you playing it, Sata?
Oh yeah, I play Marvel Rivals. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's really, really cool, and I'm glad that they're finally they're doing figures for it. So, I'll definitely be interested in those.
Yeah, because how they have it in Rivals is more in line. A lot of it's more in line with how they are in the comics, like look wise, faces, and everything, which is nice. So
nice. Okay. Image comic. Hang on, I'm gonna show y'all this Black Panther thing. Or White Panther, I guess.
Yeah, Sata, we want to know what you think about this new Black Panther. This new Black Panther. You just hang on 1 second.
There's a new one. Oh boy.
Yeah, I guess something that's gonna blow your mind.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah, it's called Marvel Knights World to Come. And yeah, the guy is afraid that he's gonna get canceled for it because the new Black Panther is none other than Black Panther's son, but a son that we don't know about because the son is this dude, this blonde-haired white dude. Yeah, his name is like his name is like, hold on,
what's his name? Keith?
It's something like that. Keaton or something, or Kitara or something like that.
I felt in my soul it would be a pasty individual, but I don't know.
It's
oh boy.
I wish I could find the original article that I found.
My thing is, if you're writing a story and you're already thinking you may or may not get quote unquote canceled, I don't know if you should continue or maybe like go back, rewrite some things. Like I don't know.
You should probably take your own advice and listen to your gut.
I don't know.
But okay, I found it. Here we go. There's this one. All right, there he is. Let me share this with you guys. Oh, I already did. Let me get this off the screen. There we go. So, in a move that's sure to cause the exact explosion of discourse that it was intended to, Marvel Comics has kicked off this latest visit to the Marvel Knights imprint with a revelation that at some point in the near future at Earth 616, T'Challa will find himself challenged for both Wakanda's throne and Black Panther by its heir apparent, his blonde-haired, white-skinned son, Katima. He fights him. It says, unbelievable as it may seem, this twist of Wakanda canon was confirmed in the debut issue of Christopher Priest and Joe Quesada's Marvel Knights World to Come miniseries. And this is not like Elseworlds thing. It's canon 616.
Yeah.
And yep, it says as to how the world's most advanced nation found itself in such a state of disarray, it's soon revealed that the heart-shaped dominoes began to fall when his current king T'Challa is met with a formal combat challenge for the throne by his son Katima, a formidable masked warrior who has found himself fed up with his father's indifference towards his people's autonomy. Though he easily proves himself more competent warrior, T'Challa finds himself unable to bring the challenge to an end, and as thanks to his son's adamant refusal to voluntarily surrender, the only way to do so would require him to outright kill Katima. Mistaking his father's mercy as patronization, Katima ultimately brings things to a close after he flies into a rage. Patronization. He feels like his father's patronizing him by letting him live. He flies into a rage and drops T'Challa with a brutal 3-hit combo. Bing, bing, bing. So there he is. That's them fighting. He's got the mask. T'Challa doesn't have the mask. He hits T'Challa, cracks him. Look, T'Challa's like balding, hair's receding. Knocks him down. Walks off. He's got like leopard skin and shit. He says, with T'Challa unable to stand, Katima turns to the elders of Wakanda and formally declares himself the country's new top cat, proclaiming, "I am king now. Wakanda is mine." The new Black Panther proceeds to remove his mask and reveal himself to his new subjects.
This is dumb. This is just dumb.
This is mine. I'm sure.
I don't get it.
So okay,
Sata, I don't get it.
And much to their surprise, rather than a black-skinned African, T'Challa's son sports a far paler skin and blonder hair than his fellow countrymen. And it's not like he's albino. He's got straight hair. He doesn't have like red eyes or anything. He's not albino. He's just a white dude. At current, outside of his experienced physical appearance and hatred of his father, no further details have been presented regarding Katima's background. Notably, the issue reveals that at some point following his divorce from the X-Men mainstay Storm, T'Challa reunited with his first fiancée, Monica Lynn, and the two eventually became pregnant. Thing is, Monica Lynn's black, so it's unlikely she's his actual mother. There she is. So thus current speculation suggests that the new king of Wakanda may, by T'Challa's son, by yet another yet to be introduced woman, or, and this is what I think, an orphan he adopted and brought into his legacy, a la Batman and his various Robins. I don't think he's a biological son. Like I was displaying earlier, like my son is mixed and his hair doesn't look like this.
Right. But I thought you couldn't challenge for the throne.
If you're not biological, like this is dumb. This is what I'm saying. This is dumb. Like this is dumb.
Yeah, like does adopted son count? Can you be an heir if you're adopted? Like that's not.
And you got to be from, or you got to be from one of the five.
No, not
anybody from the five tribes of
Wakanda. I don't think so.
Right.
No, not in that. Yeah, anybody from the five tribes can challenge, but you got to be.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Oh, you don't have to be like son of T'Challa.
Yeah, no, like
no,
anyone
you gotta
from
be,
the tribes can challenge. It's just like as far
as
like blood goes, like
we know he's not
coming from anywhere and being like, yeah, like I don't think that.
Okay,
I don't know if that's how.
And he shouldn't be able to challenge him anyway, unless the father dies. Like if the father dies, then he can challenge for the throne. The throne goes up in the air, so you can't challenge. Like the only way you can challenge is if you weren't there, like they did in the first movie. So Killmonger wasn't there when they did the first challenge, so he had the right to challenge for the throne because he was a blood relative, and that's why he was the king's brother's son. So he had a right to challenge for the throne. So that's why M'Baku, but M'Baku challenged him because M'Baku is the king of the Jabiri tribe. Right. So he was able to challenge. Right. That's why I understand this. Like if he's not Wakandan, if he wasn't born a Wakandan, he can't challenge. He can't challenge for the throne.
Okay, devil's advocate. Literally. Oh shit. No pun intended. The thought I got that. The thing is with tribes, right? You wouldn't.
You see how it's taking you a minute?
Because I don't want to say the wrong thing. So native people,
no devil's advocate.
Because listen, native tribes have and do, and this is what sets native tribes apart from most European cultures, is they will and have adopted outsiders as a member of the tribe. And they literally become a member of the tribe, member of family. I mean, I know this in Native American culture especially, but Native American culture is just modified African culture anyway. I mean, everybody is African in their roots. I mean, everybody came from the original man, which came from Africa, and so they, people migrated around. So everything has a source in Africa, but all tribes have their source in Africa. So all tribes are very similar, and we know that tribes do adopt outsiders.
Sure,
because
but we're speaking on like the rules they've established within this fictional tribe, within this fictional universe. We can bring in, what is reality, but it wouldn't work here because they don't typically do that. So at least
it's not. It hasn't been part of anything we've ever heard before. Yeah, that's a fact.
Now it says See, I got something here. It says the individual must first prove that their worthiness to rule Wakanda and become the Black Panther. This often involves a challenge in combat with the current ruler or other powerful warriors. And then you got to take the heart-shaped herb, go to the ancestral plane, and then you get the abilities.
Yeah. I don't care. I mean, there's no justification for a white Black Panther. The only way this works is if it's just a setup of a story to cause, a narrative, to give an obstacle and be like, oh, there's this drama that's happening. It's all it is. Like, I don't think there's anyone at Marvel that thinks this is going to be the new status quo. This is the new T'Challa. Like, this is the new Black Panther from now on. Get used to it. But that's not happening here. It's just a storyline. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
even do this and say yes to this. It only furthers to insult the character of T'Challa and the mantle of Black Panther. For them to even entertain this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this is.
Do you think it's like a? Do you think they're trying to do some prove that they're not beholden to some woke, quote unquote, woke agenda or something like that? Are they trying to prove something here?
I have no idea what they're trying to
do. Because it's not working. That doesn't work.
I don't know what they're trying to
do. You got to be a royal blood.
You got to be a royal blood.
You got to be a royal blood, and you have to be a descendant from one of the 5 tribes of Wakanda, like we said.
Yeah.
See, they don't mention that in MCU, but because remember, M'Baku was the only one he was the only one that was of royal blood that could challenge. And even when they thought he was dead, they didn't just they could have gave the heart-shaped herb to anybody. They went and found M'Baku.
So can we call this whitewashing?
It would have been cool if he took off the mask and was like, Wakanda's mine, and everyone just started laughing. Like, that would have been cool. Like, that would have been funny. But he they accept it, and they're like, okay, well, it's his. He said it's his.
And they don't we're going into this not even knowing who his biological mother is. Like,
no background.
There's no confirmation.
And nobody asked that question. Right.
This is
nobody asked that question. Like,
it screams colonization. Same thing they did to my people over here in America, as far as the American Indians are concerned. The $5 dollars rolls, shit like that. So maybe they're touching on that. You know what I mean?
Oh, y'all gonna make me pull up this other shit I was watching today, man. Hold on.
I'm just blown away by the whole thing, to be honest with you. I can't even sit
there. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, it is wild, man.
No, it's not there. Hold on.
But then they wonder why their comics are not selling. So all right.
Not to get off on a whole crazy ass tangent, but if you have not seen this shit right here, Exterminate All the Brutes. This is some eye opening shit. Raw talk. You will love this shit. You will love this shit.
Yeah,
you'll love this shit. Let's see. Peck links the resurgence of white nationalism with the global history of fascism, slavery, colonialism, and Nazism. Peck connects the dots between European innovations and weaponry and the endless cycle of military operations throughout the country. Oh, man, he broke down, bro. He broke down how like white supremacy all started from this way back in the day. This when this Asian Indian, like Asian Indian culture were like super like royal, like super wealthy. They were called the Moguls, right? Not to be confused with the Mongols, right? The Moguls. And they were like so, royal and shit that they didn't even have an army. Like they didn't even want to have like a military. They just like had hella jewels and shit. And so they would hire mercenaries. And listen, the lowest class, most backward fucking uncivilized place in the world was Europe. England, France, Germany, all that was by far the most backward fucking uncivilized place on the planet.
The more civilized it.
Right. Well, what happens is they become mercenaries for the Moguls, and they start the East Indies Shipping Company, which is the first corporation ever in the world, and they start building all these ships. China's over here hella happy. They don't need a big navy. Like no one's trying to build a big navy. No one's thinking about building a naval thing. And like these Europeans, they're like doing all this shipping and mercenary, and they're building navies. They're building ships and ships and ships. And so Britain like builds up this insane armada that no one on the planet has anything close to. And they start fucking colonizing. They start going around, and like that's how it fucking starts, because then they get the gunpowder and shit from China. They have the guns, but then they're creating the weapons. Everyone else in the world creates muskets and shit. They copy the muskets of Europe. Well, then these dudes in Austria create the first repeating rifle, where you don't have to load one bullet at a time. And they can just load the gun and go bap, 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 bap. Well, the blacksmiths and shit of the world can't replicate that. All they can do is keep building muskets. But these Europeans got these repeating rifles. That puts them way over the top. Next thing they do is they create the machine gun. They invent the machine gun, fully automatic.
Gatling gun.
They start wiping out. Right. You seen the Last Samurai shit with Tom Cruise? That was all about. They introduced the Gatling gun to the battlefield, and it completely, again, why this one little tiny, bro, England is so small, bro. And why this tiny ass little country seems to have dominated the entire planet, it all fucking goes back to that shit. The weapons and the military and the ships of back in the day. And they just got ahead, so far ahead that here we fucking are.
There's a lot more to that, though.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a very super duper generalization and just one small aspect, but that's just episode 3, like, and only the first 30 minutes of episode 3. So that just gives you an idea of how much shit is in this whole series, bro. It's a 4-part documentary series by this dude, Raoul Peck. He's a filmmaker. Raoul Peck investigates current civilizations, colonization, and extermination running through Western history. Questions his own story against the histories of Christopher Columbus, the Alamo, and the Trail of Tears, and slavery in the Americas. Yeah, it's like, what do you call it? Required viewing.
Dope. I'm gonna mess with it, definitely.
Yeah. But there we go. White Black Panther. Marvel. Yeah, I'm with you, Sata. I'm really blown away. Like, I really don't get how Marvel is even doing this or what they're thinking.
I think like it's just, I look at it and it's like just shock value, but it's actually
right.
A legacy character and a legacy Black character at that. So I guess in that aspect, I'm not really surprised. But it's just so dumb. Like I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
No. It'll be all right. Once it's
I
mean,
yeah, it's not gonna last.
What's that? that shit goes meow, then you know they'll try to act like it didn't happen. So
that's when they'll bring Blade back in the movies and rescue themselves again. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, maybe it works out. Maybe it works out for us in the long run.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's a new James Bond new 007 game coming out too. Interactive, IO Interactive. Like not GoldenEye or anything, but First Light. And it's like an origin story of James Bond. So it's like a prequel.
Is that
James
something
Bond.
we need?
Yeah, I don't know. If you're a James Bond fan, I don't know.
I like the way you said it.
Is that something we need? Like, who was asking for a fucking origin story of James Bond?
Oh boy, if like, can I just jump into it? I already got the cool car, the cool skills. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But Amazon has the rights to all this
dope.
shit now. So yeah. I don't know.
Is your boy from The Walking Dead? I don't know her. I'm sure it's just gonna be cinematics. Yeah, this is the guy that plays Dexter in the prequel show.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's like the prequel king now, I guess. Okay, here's some gameplay.
It's giving like the Spider-Man game. That's what it looked like. Just for that brief second, like those stealth scenes or the stealth missions. That's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, I was thinking Hitman.
Oh, maybe yeah. I'm sure Spider-Man was probably inspired by that.
Yeah. Nice. There's some driving in it. That's cool. That's cool. I like when they put driving in games that aren't driving games. That's always fun.
And the mechanics are good. But please,
yeah,
the mechanics be good.
If they're good, right. Ooh, some boat action too. I love boat games.
I like to be in a boat. That's cool.
Yeah. So probably John drives all kind of vehicles and shit. First Light.
Oh boy.
Is Stu still here?
By the developers of Hitman, so you're on track.
Oh, is it? Yeah, developers of Hitman. Yeah, I guess I will. All facts. Order 66 of the world. Order 66.
Word, right? We need to do that with Hollywood. Order 66.
Yeah.
Hollywood. Be all done.
Wipe the board clean.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But they're producing a lot of stuff now. It's the time. They're trying to get everybody's money because soon everybody's supposed to be getting some type of money from the government or some crazy stuff going around.
We ain't getting nothing from the government. Nothing.
Wait, what is this? You think Trump's gonna give us money? Is that you one of these people that thinks?
No. I'm just relaying what everybody's feeling out there, and I'm like,
listen, I can
Trump ain't
confirm
giving nobody
you,
shit.
Listen, I can confirm for you that is a lie. The government ain't in the business of giving out money just to be giving it out.
Well, I'm not saying the government is giving. I think they're reallocating money and covering up all
government. The government has never done that. The government is never getting a former government employee. I will tell you that they have never reallocated money to give to the people and never will.
Yes, they have. How you think they got them stimulus checks? What do you think those stimulus checks was for? They would reallocate that money from.
They ain't reallocated that. Well, that's a stimulus fund. That's a fund. That's a fund that they print up. That's a fund that they do in emergency situations.
Another stimulus.
But it doesn't. But wait, it doesn't come from anywhere, and it has to be approved by Congress. Congress ain't giving out no money.
Okay.
He can't just say. And wait a minute. And if I do remember correctly, he didn't want to give out a stimulus. They talked him into it, and the only way he agreed to it was that he put his name on a check. He's the first president in the history of the U.S. to put his name on a stimulus check. And
that's why people thought that Trump was doing all this shit for them. And he's gonna give us money.
That's
give
what
you
they
none.
It's a
Congress gave you that.
con.
they're pushing.
Trump
And
is
it was
the
a
greatest.
hold up. Yes, he is. And it was a Democratic Congress. It was a Democratic Congress that gave you that. That gave you that stimulus check. Because everybody wanted to rag on the Democrats. They were the ones that approved that.
But I mean, of course. But what I'm saying is, you can't deny. Let's not get too deep into it, but you can't.
Yeah,
deny,
let's not get too deep.
You can't deny the fuckery of that party. We already know the fuckery of the other party. We just know now the true fuckery.
Listen, I live in America.
I mean, listen. Honestly,
all I can say is I live
parties
in America.
are two wings of
I live
the
in
same
America,
bird.
and all
Yes,
I can
exactly.
say is,
that's what I'm trying to say. It's all actors in the same play that they're playing the people. That's all it is.
It's two wings of the same bird, two sides of the same
it's
coin.
like
I mean, it's
like Hollywood.
parties of the same government.
They're not gonna
Yeah, I mean, think about this.
I don't.
Why don't they? Why is it always they give us like two candidates and they say, okay, you can choose between these two and vote. That's freedom. That's democracy. How about I elect somebody? How about I fucking, they didn't even get, and they act like, yeah, well, you could run. Anyone could run. Yeah, sure. Well, we saw like, what was his name, dude? John Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, whatever, Jr. He ran, but the government, he was not one of their chosen two for us to choose from, and so they never gave him any play on like TV.
Well,
he wasn't allowed into the debates. They didn't.
I'm gonna key you
because
on.
He made. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he made the mistake. He made a
No,
mistake of
it
running
wasn't
as
his
a
mistake.
Republican.
Hold on.
He should have ran. If he ran as an independent,
He ran as an independent. No, that's what it was. He was running as an independent.
But he was an independent, but he was Republican, and they have to pick.
No, he wasn't Republican. First, he's from a Democrat family. He's from the Kennedys, and he did not run in his own Democrat party. He said, but on purpose, he said, I wanted to run independently so that I wasn't affiliated with the Democrat Party or the Republican Party, because that's what I'm kind of running on, the fact that the government, like don't pick, because they if you pick one or the other, I mean, it's really, it's all fixed, man. It's all rigged. So there's no, they set it up so that we really don't ever get any choice. It's just the illusion of a choice.
Even if you put in a third party, it does not matter. They all are part of the same club at the end of the day. The club that they have to get hazed in and initiated in.
Well, his point was this.
Politics. That's just what it is.
His point was this. If I'm a Democratic or if I'm a Republican president, then I'm beholden to Republican shit. Like the Republicans in the Congress are my backing, and like I have to do shit to appease them. Yeah. If I don't do shit to appease my party, they shit on me. They kick me out. They veto me. They you know what I mean? They impeach me, whatever. So you're beholden to your party's politics, and he didn't want to be. But that's the thing. It's not about him, and I don't want to get into a thing about a certain guy, whether you like RFK Jr. or not. My point is that they don't ever let anyone in that's not chosen. They choose two guys that's part of the two parties, and they say, okay, we'll let you vote for which one you want. Then they pretend and they act like they're so different so that they can get these two so that they can divide the country. Because if we're all divided, we're easily controlled. If we're one unit, they can't do shit with us, but they keep us from that, and they keep us as two distinct, separate fucking units so that they can easily control us.
And divide and conquer is always the greatest war tactic in history.
Since Sun Tzu.
Yes, indeed.
Divide and conquer. I mean, it's the basic shit. So, I mean, that's why I don't fall for that shit. I don't vote. I don't vote Republican. I don't vote Democrat because I'm not playing their game, and I don't, unless you give me a candidate to vote for. But I don't get that. I don't buy that shit about voting for the lesser evil and all that shit. Nah. If I don't like either one of them, I'm not voting for either one of them.
Facts.
I will vote if you give me someone I want. I voted for Obama.
Well, listen,
I've never voted for any other president in my life. I voted for Obama. It's the only president I've ever voted for.
Beauty. Now check this out. And this is what everybody misses. Most of the people miss in America. That's the beauty of it all. You can do what you want. You can vote. You can not vote. You can have an opinion, whether it's bad, good, or indifferent. Nobody's gonna come to your house and kill you, drag you away to jail.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. We don't have to agree, but
so
it should be okay.
So you live in right? No. But that's my point.
People are like, if you don't agree, I hate you.
You can express. No. What? And that's all you get here. But if you lived in communist China and you spoke out against the government or the president, they'd come arrest you and drag you away. If you lived in Russia, they could lock you under a prison for years because you expressed yourself politically in a way that was not on par with the regime that's in power. But here, we can say all that and we still don't go to jail. That's the beauty of it. That's the whole beauty of the whole thing.
You're right. I'm glad you brought that up though, because
people who have influence will be put to silence. Trust.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, but Stu's right. I mean, legally, supposedly, you know, we can say what we want, and yeah, I mean, we have way more freedom to say what we want than certain other countries.
Of course, yeah.
But since you did bring that up, though, like, I was watching like a discussion with some Chinese nationals, and they were talking like how they realized, like, they were like, man, like, Americans think that when we say we're communist, they think that it's like 1980s Russian, you know, you gotta be this job, you can't say this against the government, you have to do that, and like your everything is, you know, very much like regulated and chosen for you, and you can't have your own business and all this shit. China's version of communism, they said the only difference in our government, they said, yeah, it's way different than back then. They said the only difference in like our world and America's world is like Americans a capitalist society, meaning corporations really have more say than the government, and they absolutely, we know they do. Corporations run this country, absolutely.
That's not
the only difference is in China, the government has the say so over the corporations. So corporations can't tell us what to do. That's the difference. People have their own businesses. People choose what they want to be when they grow up. They go to college. They do whatever they want. It's a free, in all sense of the word, in our what we care about. And it's a free country. Like, they can do what they want, anything you would want to do anyway. What they don't do is they don't allow corporations to dictate shit, and that's why, like, that's why we get the candidates we get. You realize that. That's why the government is run by who it's run by. All these people in Congress and shit, they're not fucking, what are they, gurus? No, they're hustlers. They're con men. They're assholes. They're guys that fucking talk their way up. They're politicians, for Christ's sake. Like, and
they're villains.
I mean, yeah, you know, technically they're not good guys for sure. They're not like priests or anything like that. And
that's why,
you know what the other beauty. You know what the other beauty of America is? You can do something about it. You can run for whatever position that you want to run for and get the same influence and do the same thing.
Well, if you play their game,
I mean, you don't have to play their game.
Play
you
the
just got to get the
game.
Votes.
Well, yeah, that's just it. They won't give you the
votes.
votes.
Once you get to DC,
I
mean, once you get, like, look at John.
You got to get on the ballot. Then they got to let you on the debate, the national debates and shit.
That's why I like The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight
movie.
They
can't stop you from being on none of that. They can't stop you from being on none of that.
They can't stop you, but the private media companies like Fox and CNN and those places can stop you from getting coverage, and they absolutely did stop all of the candidates, independent, from getting any coverage. Didn't let them in the debates or anything. So yeah, they could run legally. You could run, but how are you going to get votes? Who's going to vote for you? You can't get even on TV. You can't. No one's going to know about you, right? And the thing that happened with this RFK guy, people thought all kinds of weird shit about him. I heard people saying, yeah, that guy's got a centipede that lives in his ear. Like, they think all kinds of weird shit, whatever they hear on the internet, because they never heard him talk. Like, they never gave him a fucking seat to say anything.
Oh, so, we heard him talk. Whoa. Now, we heard him talk.
If you sought him out,
and no.
He has a podcast. You sought him out,
he has a podcast.
Yeah, he has a podcast.
He has a radio show.
If you seek out his podcast or his show, he's got
a kooky show. And
the point being that they're not giving him the play on CNN.
He's a hippie. He doesn't. Plus, but Reno, here's the one thing that's crazy.
We're not talking about none of that matters because I'm talking about the fact of
none of that matters.
No. See, don't get off the topic.
He's a Kennedy.
No. See, that's the thing. Don't worry about who he is. Let's forget about who he is. Forget RFK. I don't want to talk about RFK. Let's just say a blank person that did what RFK did. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the ability of a regular citizen to do what he did. I don't care about who he is. If you try to do what he did, they won't give you the fucking platform.
Fetterman did it.
and he didn't get the platform. He wasn't in the debate.
He became. Fetterman did it. He did it. He didn't run for president. He ran for like governor or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Senate. He ran for Senate.
Yeah, they'll let you climb all the way up.
Regular dude. He didn't even wear a suit. He never wore a suit in none of the debates. He wore a hoodie. He wore a hoodie with the sleeves pulled up like he was Bill Belichick.
I think it's a game, bro. These
done.
presidents are groomed for years before they become president.
And that's what I'm saying. They're all part of the same club, no matter what. But
Skull and Bones leads to the. You know that shit they go to, that club, that place they go to. What's
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove, right? That's not a conspiracy theory. Yeah, that's not a. This ain't no conspiracy theory weird. This is shit they admit. This is admit that you can go look this shit up. Like they admit it. They don't even hide it.
Yeah, they don't care anymore. What you gonna do about it? Nothing.
Yeah, they go to Bohemian Grove. They sit there in their robes and they chant. They're buddies.
Problem that we have now. The problem that we have now is, I mean, in a nutshell, the problem that we have now is the administration that's in there now. They don't follow the rules. They don't follow the Constitution.
They do whatever they want to do.
They ignore whatever laws we have set, and they do what they want. Now, when you had previous administrations, they followed the rules. They did. My hands is tied. I do whatever I can, but my hands. And they went through the legal tape, and they act civilized. There's something
here's
called
the thing.
civility. So
they find Trump guilty of a felony and then don't put him in jail, let him be the president. Like there's no consequences. So why not do whatever I want? Why not do whatever I want?
Convicted criminal. You have a convicted criminal that's president of the United States. He's a convicted criminal. 34 felony counts.
Check this out. All I gotta say is this: Biden did the same damn thing by concealing shit and all that. Nothing happened to him.
Biden was seen.
It wasn't the same.
Hold on. Then the motherfucker want to go pardon all the people that he pardoned for what? People that didn't even ask for a pardon got pardoned.
Every president does it. Every president does it though. Every president pardons somebody, but it's not. Yeah, they all do it. But listen, Trump. Okay, well let's look at it like this. Well, let me throw a word. Just let me throw one word out there.
Unmute your mic, dog.
Teflon
Where you at?
Let me put one word out there. Teflon Don. That's it.
So I don't know if
Teflon Don. Yeah, no, that's just. I'm just gonna throw one word out there. Teflon Don, because that's what he is. Donald Trump is Teflon. He is the literal definition of Teflon Don. Hey, let's keep it above.
Robert De Niro said it. He's a gangster. Trump is a gangster.
Well, check this out. I voted for him. I'm gonna let y'all know I voted for him.
I know you did. And
you know why I voted?
But that's your right. Listen, that's
your right. Because you missed the contrary. That's why.
Hold on. I voted for him because I felt that the world needed to burn, and I just like to see the world. Okay. That's why I voted for him.
Listen, but guess what? Here in America,
you gotta destroy the build, right?
Hey, something
here in America, you can do that.
Flopping back and forth. Something gotta burn. In order for true change to happen, something gotta happen to where this country or any other country crumbles. Because it's all gonna be bullshit at the end of the day.
And you can do that in America. That's your prerogative. And guess what?
I mean, listen, America, at the end of the day, though, honestly, I keep it a buck. There's nowhere else I'd rather live.
Yeah, exactly. America. But
and I tell everybody that. I tell everybody if you don't like it.
All empires
they all do.
Yeah, and listen, the empire doesn't. Listen, all the British Empire was an empire. Like the Ottoman Empire was an empire. The Egyptian Empire was an empire. All these places still exist.
But
America's not going to go anywhere.
The British Empire might have fell, but their government. The British Empire might have fell, but their government stood the test of time.
Right, they're still there. Just like that's what I mean.
Government is still there. They might not have as many countries under their belt as they used to, but their government survived.
Right. Well, England is there. Britain is still there. They're still there, and that's what I'm saying. Like, even if America does, like, quote unquote, fall and isn't no longer the power of the world and all that, it's still going to exist. It's still going to be here. It's still going to be a government. We're just gonna, obviously have a worse economy than we do now.
You got to understand. You got to understand something. You got to understand like this.
The country of the United States is
when you got to understand something. When you got liberal, you got to understand something. All that stuff they talk far left, far right, liberals, Republicans. All that is people trying to pass their own agenda. That's it. There's only two parties in the United States, Democrat, Republican. That's it. Anybody else only wants one thing, power. And when they get that power, they will try to put and push their own agenda. Whether that agenda is good for the country or good for them, that's all they care about.
Well, I mean, you have a guy who is clearly he's a real estate mogul, billionaire, wanted to be a reality TV star. Like, this is a guy who just wants to be big and powerful and famous at all costs. That's his goal. Like, so that's why I said when I first bro, my wife came in the room and told me one day that he was running and for president, and immediately, you know what popped into my head, bro? Lex Luthor. When he was the president, I was like, that's Lex Luthor. And I was like, there's no way they're gonna elect Lex fucking Luthor. And
he shouldn't have been able to run for president. He shouldn't have been able to run for president the second time.
Watch the
Dark not have been able to run again.
Yeah, oh yeah, been able to run the second time. But they let him.
Joker explains everything clearly. That movie is the most pivotal movie in the world. When Joker speaks to Harvey Dent and tells him how shit is, it solves everything in my mind. Period. When I see that in the movies, I was like, there it is, the answer to everything. Has the answer. He, not for nothing, is the answer to everything that's going on. Rely on the Joker.
Who, Joker?
Yeah, he tells you how it is.
Why so serious?
He tells you,
listen, man.
Schemers. The schemers are the ones.
It's true. They are. But at the end of the day,
they don't go to court in the plan.
America voted, and that's what we came up with. So anything like I keep saying the same thing. You voted for it. You got what you wanted. So don't get mad now. Don't be upset now. If you ain't got no job, guess what? Go find another one. Because you voted for that.
I saw a post on Instagram yesterday. This lady came on. She said, listen, y'all. Trump has just... I ain't going to do the accent. She said, Trump has just abolished... She said, Trump has just abolished the 40-hour work week. It's over. No more 40-hour work week. And the minimum wage is now $25. And she was dead ass serious, bro. And she was saying it like on some... I told y'all motherfuckers so. I told you Trump is the man. Like, and y'all motherfuckers thought he was, and now we ain't got to work 40 hours no more. She just thought it was just a wrap, bro. People will believe anything they fucking hear now, bro.
And it was the big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
More chaos.
Bill. First of all, you can't use big and beautiful in the same sentence without describing something. So
that's why I tell everybody if they want the answer to what's going on, just watch The Dark Knight. Just sit, watch it, and you'll understand.
Sada's cracking up.
Secret of life.
Up when you say that. Let me say that. Sada just
I gotta go rewatch it now. Jesus.
Yeah, we watch it. The Harvey Dent and the Joker. That whole thing when Harvey Dent is in the bed, he's two-faced now, and the Joker is telling him this is what it is. It's not my fault. I just do.
Yeah, I
thought the answer was in Batman Returns. I thought the answer was in Batman Returns when he was talking to the Penguin, and the Penguin was running for mayor. That's what I thought the answer was.
The answer's in with the Joker. That was the most logical movie ever made. That what he was telling him was spot on. Spot on. I'll never forget it. And then you got what you call it, Alfred. He said, "There's just guys who just want to see the world burn. You can't do nothing to them. It's just what it is. Let it be." I'm telling you.
So he voted. So is that the scene? Is that the profound scene? Is that it?
No. It's his whole monologue. Doge was a cover up for those people who are laundering money. This current administration laundering money. Every administration launders money. Everyone, every last one.
I don't know if I can
if
say
they don't go.
Obama's administration didn't launder any money.
Bullshit.
There was no.
Bullshit.
There were no scandals. They proved that there were no scandals, no nothing.
You think
Obama with the drones? They're already built. The drones are already built. He used them to decimate the Taliban.
All right, Stu. I see you're a staunch Democrat. You're gonna fall on your sword.
No.
Make
sure.
Wait
a minute.
Wait a
minute. I vote. Listen. I vote independent, so I could go either way.
Obama was Democrat. No angel.
I can vote Republican, but the one thing I don't do, because I'm not a politician, I don't get caught up in the politics. What we need is somebody to lead. The president is the leader. So, right, you need somebody to lead this country and to show the rest of the world that we are that we are a country of civil people. Because you got to remember something.
And to go out in the world and represent us. I don't like being represented by Trump to other countries, man.
Now, then you listen to the stuff. Listen to some of the stuff people say and do. Like the Chinese said it right. If you complaining about anything that China never stole nothing from nobody. What Trump did was he played on people's hate and their malice, and he brought it out of them. And the racism, he brought that out of people and made them fear. What did China ever steal from us? Nothing. What did they ever beat us for? Nothing. What bad deals did they ever give? None. They never gave us no bad deals. I'm gonna tell you why. China said in early 2000. They said it. They said China said in early 2000
is a synergistic existence.
China said in early 2000 that they were going to build their economy. If they weren't the first largest economy in the world, they were going to be the second. They said that they were going to improve their infrastructure. They said that China was going to walk on 4 legs, 2 in the past and 2 in the future. And whatever they did, no matter how cruel, no matter what you think, no matter how you feel or whatever you did, they did it for the Chinese people. You come to America and you ask them, you ask Donald Trump, when you come to America, when you say what Putin did to Ukraine, he did it for his people. When you say with anybody, I don't care, Kim Jong-un, whatever, they do it for their people, for the safety, the benefit, and the enlightenment and the upliftment of their people. When you come to America, all that changes. Because America doesn't consider all of their people their people. Because we're a melting pot. So either you're going to be all or you're going to be none.
And there is no American people. There is no people like
because we're all a melting pot. Right. So
Chinese people are Chinese. Russian people are Russian.
So he's blowing dog whistles. He said, "Make America."
Everybody.
That's a dog whistle. "Make America great again" is a dog whistle. Everything they did when they was in New York and they did that seminar in New York, dog whistle. Because American people are American people. When you need soldiers to fight, I don't give a damn what color they are. I'll take them all. Because if I need 1 million people, I need 1 million people. If I need 500,000 people, I need 500,000 people. I can't say I need 500,000 white people. I need 500,000 people.
I mean, we're super unique in that way. Like
I need them no matter what.
Yeah, every country has a people. America, the only people of America are the Native Americans.
America's a melting pot. America's a melting pot.
China has stolen. You said they haven't stolen anything.
What did they steal? What did they steal?
Stole the technology that we produce stuff with them. They reverse engineer and then they make it.
Didn't you just Didn't you just say it's part of the plan?
Yeah, of course. But you just said
it was that easy. You think it was that easy? But think about it.
You said they don't steal. They do steal.
They make bootleg shit. You're saying they make bootleg shit.
No, they don't make
this. Think about this.
Hold on, Stu.
Think about this. Nobody's ever stolen. Wait. I'm gonna let you build. Nobody's ever stolen. Wait. Nobody's ever stolen. You. I know what you're about to say, but listen. Nobody's ever stolen the plans or the technology to the stealth fighter, the stealth bomber, or any of that. So to the Death Star. So let's talk. So you want to talk about what they stole? It's all part of the plan.
No. We know that. But what I'm saying, you can't say they never stole anything. Because the technology they stole, a lot of different things they stole. And I'm not talking about war technology. I'm talking about your average stuff that you purchased. Like we're talking about the iPhone technology. They made it better with Samsung.
Okay.
Samsung is a better phone than iPhone. They stole that from an American company. They steal IPs and reverse engineer and sell it back to you with their own brand. So don't say they don't steal.
That's facts. That's facts.
They do.
You got to give them
But
that.
wait a minute. But
So
wait a minute.
now
Remember what I said earlier.
Also,
Remember what I said earlier. I'm gonna let you go ahead because I got you on this. Go ahead, break it down.
Let me finish. They also sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
And with the technology, they're the main manufacturers of the world, basically. So when you get that TV that only lasts 2 years and their Chinese version of the same TV lasts over 10 to 15 years, that tells you something. You know what I'm saying? That tells you that, we'll sabotage, but you'll still keep coming to us and purchasing from us. We'll sabotage. In order to get our kingdom great, we're going to wither yours down. We're going to weaken your people by, they're going to have to spin, and keep spinning.
And
See,
you can't be mad at them for that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not mad.
They're doing what they're doing to build up their country.
Now, Reno,
and they're supposed
hold on, Reno, because only Sata was paying attention when I said it. Only Sata was paying attention when I said it. Everything you just said, what I just told you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think they stole. It doesn't matter what you think they engineered. It doesn't matter what you think what TV they made. They did it for one reason.
What?
The betterment, the upliftment for their people, for their country. And no matter how cruel, inhumane, or whatever you might personally think it is, they're doing it for their people. So everything goes out the window.
So I think your point is that Americans don't do shit for our people.
Yeah, for our people. You want to talk about a movie that really set it off, that gave you the plan? Look at Man of Steel. When Superman was talking to Zod, what did Zod tell him? I was born for one reason. That's it. And my reason is to protect Krypton and make it better. And when the Chinese, that's how they think. The Japanese, that's how they think. The Russians, that's how they think.
Of course, that's how
whatever you say.
That's not how American government. American government don't treat the people like
back to one thing.
Sovereign country. We're not a country. We're a republic.
Well, I
don't give a damn what we are. I don't give a damn what we are. Guess what? Everybody else is doing it for their people.
Of course.
No matter how you think it is or how you think it ain't, you can go far to the left. You can go far to the right. You can be a conservative.
You can't do that,
you can be a liberal. But guess what? Everybody else does it for their people.
But that's true.
That's what it boils down to.
And that's true. And that's how the United States is. The United States will not be able to do that because we are not a singular people. We're not a singular, nation. We're actually a group of nations. We're a United States. In Europe they call them countries states.
But
they call them states.
Like also remember, I want you to also remember, it's a melting pot, but the people that are part of the melting pot still have allegiance to their home nations.
Right.
Okay. They have family in their home.
Not to the American nation. They send money back home. When Chinese nationals move over here, they come over here, they stick together, they build a business, they build a whole fucking generational wealth and the whole shit. And they turn around, they look at American so-called citizens and they wonder, why are you broke? Why don't you have your own business? You know what I'm saying? But the reason is because our government supports that.
Because our government has a race problem. That's just
it has, and they don't support.
If our government
black people, they don't.
If they erased
and a class problem too.
Erased it. Do you know how much more? Like, think about it. Everybody brags on Abraham Lincoln, and people talk trash. Oh, he didn't do it. Abraham Lincoln. He did. Abraham Lincoln united the country for his people. He didn't look at the black, white, whatever. He just said, look. But once he did that,
I'm gonna correct.
He made us the strongest.
That's
wait. When he did it, let me tell you what he did. Listen, let me tell you. Ain't that for America? Ain't that to keep America? Ain't that to keep America? Whoa! Ain't that to keep America where it's supposed to be? Yeah. You can say whatever you want. Let me tell you something. If he wouldn't have did it, let me tell you something. If he wouldn't have did it,
so
if he wouldn't have did it, you don't know. If he wouldn't have did it, you don't know what language you'd be speaking now. If he didn't do it, you'd probably be speaking Mexican. If he didn't do it,
what are you talking about? I'm speaking a language I ain't supposed to be speaking now. What are you talking
It doesn't
about?
make a difference.
Yeah.
It doesn't
What are
make a
you
difference.
talking
It doesn't. If you were born here, listen. If you were born here, it doesn't make a difference.
I'm
It
supposed
doesn't
to
make a difference.
fluent Seminole.
And you're
I'm
right.
speaking
All
But
right.
guess what? You're right. But
Why?
guess what?
Broken English at that. So that
And
point.
you're right. But guess
can't
what?
put that point.
But guess what?
Abraham Lincoln
You're right.
was
But
a
guess what?
fraud in my eye.
And you listen. He can be all of that. But guess what he did? Once he freed the slaves, he like tripled the population of the U.S.
Really free to
Because
slave.
now you like wait a minute. Now you like wait a minute. Now you like wait a minute. These people aren't
He
slaves
really
anymore.
freed the
They're
slaves,
actually part of
too.
the. They're actually part of the population. What he did was put the country in a position that made it
Well,
more
he said it in motion
by
to free the
abolishing
slaves.
slavery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said it in motion for
He
it to
just
happen.
put
It
it.
didn't happen
He
till
was
the
the one
18th.
because
But yeah.
now if you really want to
Hey,
break it down,
Stu,
they
you
fought
know
about
this,
it.
Stu.
They fought
Once
about
you
it.
go to jail, what
They
are
fought
you?
about it.
You're a slave. It's in the Constitution. And you well know this. You know this. You should know this like the black on your skin. Once you go to jail, you're a
Once
slave.
you go to jail,
So you're not. He didn't abolish it.
Yeah.
It was just
I mean,
trans.
yeah, that's still in the
true,
Constitution
but that's
right
true
now.
for any country. But that's true for any country. If you go to jail in Mexico, you go to jail in Russia, you go to jail in China, you go to jail, and it doesn't matter where you go to jail. You go to jail. If you go to jail, you gonna be doing hard labor. You gonna be. It's the same thing everywhere. If you go to jail, that's just what it is.
It's the text. You're a slave. It's in the text.
Yeah, it is,
Right.
and it's that way. But I mean, you go to jail in other countries, you'd be a slave there too. I mean, you definitely go to jail in another country.
Ain't nobody
even. I mean, we've all seen Locked Up Abroad, right?
Well,
no, you've seen Locked Up Abroad, right?
I've been locked up.
I've been locked up in the United States many a motherfucking time, too many fucking times. And I'm telling you,
I guarantee you don't want to be locked up nowhere else.
Exactly.
Of course, because the conditions and stuff like that.
Right.
But
look at Sincop. Look at Sincop. Look at that jail. Look at that jail they built. They literally in Argentina. They literally built the jail.
Guys, one at a time, man. Come on.
Look at Sincop. They literally built the jail.
And then they immediately start talking at the same time. All right.
I'm trying to
Raw
say.
Talk, you go. Raw Talk, go.
Go ahead.
That hire these private prisons, they have slaves. These prison systems, the from school to prison pipeline exists. They can pick up anybody off the street that they deem unfit, put them in jail. Now you're a ward of the fucking state, which you're a slave. In that, now you work for the corporations, Starbucks and all these other motherfuckers that use them to manufacture what they need to manufacture. So slavery still exists.
Yeah, and
Abraham Lincoln didn't do shit.
Well,
but stave off a real battle because they was going to lose because why? All the resources was in the South. The North didn't have the resources that the South had. The South had the South. The South had the tobacco. The South had the sugar. The South had all that.
But they didn't
That's
have industry.
why they were fighting because the resources
they had agriculture.
Anymore.
Yeah, but that's agriculture. They didn't have industry. They had agriculture.
Resource.
Yeah, agriculture resource, right? But they didn't have the industry. The industry was up north.
No, the industry was
steel mills, shit like that.
Yeah, but they had to get the source to even run those mills. They can't run it without anything.
No, they can run without the South. The South.
No. How can they run without the South if all the
because you can run it because they
food, all the textile comes from the South.
Yeah, but I mean, like a steel plant, all they need is coal. They get that from the Appalachians.
Not back then.
So you can wear a coal T-shirt. Is what I'm saying.
No, back then the South
clothes. You saying they need clothes?
Yeah, back then the South was mostly
the raw resources that they had in the South. If they kept the war up, it would have broke the North because the North didn't have all the raw resources that the South had.
But the North won.
The North
had the manpower. They had the manpower. That's what it was.
They had the weapons too.
Listen.
Yeah.
They only won in the North because he came out with his master plan and his marketing team to abolish slavery. That oh, we're going to abolish the Emancipation Proclamation. We're going to bring this out. We're going to run this out. And the blacks in the South, whoa, we don't have to be slaves anymore. We don't have to do all that. We're free men now. That caused a lot of destabilization down in the South, to which they depended on in the North. So they came to an agreement. All right, this war, we gotta squash this so we can keep shit going again. So we can benefit and you guys can benefit.
I don't know. They ain't come to no agreement, bro. They got slaughtered, bro. It was a lot of battles where motherfuckers got killed by the fucking thousands. Thousands.
I suggest y'all read history because
trust me, bro. I know this. I am a history buff. I'm telling you that the Civil War was the bloodiest battle.
I just read a book called
it was the bloodiest battle. But
I just read a book called The Forefathers
and everything. They had to agree to stop the war. They had to agree, no matter how.
Yeah, every war is agreed to stop at some point, but you agree because my side's getting its ass whooped.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't. The South definitely didn't agree to give up slavery. They never agreed to that shit. They were not down with that. So it's not like they were like, okay, yeah, abolish slavery. Okay, cool, yeah, we'll be down with that. That made them want to fight even more.
Actually,
abolish slavery. Hold on, that's our way of life.
Actually, the war. Raw talk. The war only broke out when he dropped the Emancipation Proclamation and ratified it into the Constitution. So now you got to say now slavery is over. But the South was like, look, the South was like, wait a minute, it ain't over because we say it ain't over. Yeah. What do you think, Juneteenth? That's why they came with Juneteenth. No, they were already free, and they were just telling them, like, they're like, yo.
Juneteenth was not about that. Juneteenth was about one town in Texas that was still under those things. That's all that was.
No, it was about many towns. It was about many towns in the South. There's about many towns in the South that didn't want to tell the people that slavery was over.
What was it?
It was about many towns. They were doing it all over the South. They weren't telling them that the war was over and that they were done.
This happened in the 70s.
No, the Juneteenth thing happened in a Texas town, but there were many towns in the South still going through. There was slavery lingering in the South way
past the war. Yeah, way past.
They found slaves in like the 50s and shit, like hidden in the way back in the deep backwoods and shit. Where motherfuckers wasn't at, they were still having slavery out there, bro.
Because you got to think. Not too long after the Civil War ended, we went into World War I. So let's keep it a buck. We weren't that far out of a war before we entered a World War. World War I came literally 10 years after the Civil War,
1910, I think, or 1917, something like that.
Yeah. So now you like, well, wait a minute, and then World War II was what? A few years later.
War II was in the 40s.
Yeah, Vietnam. Yeah, Korea. Then you had Vietnam.
Korea was in the 50s. Vietnam was in the 60s. Then we had 60s.
Then you had Panama. Don't forget Panama in the 80s.
Grenada.
Grenada. You could go on and on.
Watch The Dark Knight. That's all I gotta say.
all I gotta say is watch. All I gotta say is watch Man of Steel and Superman and Zod before the fight. Zod said it best.
Slim Jen.
Zod said it
what
best.
I'm trying to say is Obama is not an angel. Don't ever think that.
No, I'm not. But see, that's not the subject matter. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's an angel. But what I'm saying is that if compared to the president that we have now, he does the job with more grace and poise,
more
than the
dignity
president we have now, with more dignity and honor.
That's what I'll say. I'll say the one thing I'll say about Obama. No, listen, like the thing about Obama is he's not perfect. He's not an angel. But I felt proud when he was going to other countries representing us as this is the leader of our country. Like I felt proud of that. When I see Trump talking to leaders of other nations, I'm mortified. I'm totally embarrassed. I'm completely ashamed that this is the leader of my country and you think this is what America's about. That bothers me. Obama carried himself with a level of like dignity, bro, that I've never even seen in my life. Reagan didn't have it. Bush definitely didn't have it. George W. definitely didn't have it. Clinton didn't have it. Getting his dick sucked. All this shit. Nobody had dignity, bro. Obama's the only one that carried himself. And he had to. Let's keep it a buck. He couldn't fuck up. First black president. Imagine if he did anything scandalous. He couldn't, and he didn't. He didn't. He was perfect. He was
he
fucking perfect.
He said it in an interview. He said, "Could you imagine if I did with Trump?" Now I'm gonna tell you something that Obama did do. Obama deported more people than Trump ever did. Matter of fact, he deported more people than any president, but he did it the right way. He gave them due process. He followed the Constitution. When Obama was in there, they were scared of Obama. They called him Deport Obama. That was his nickname. Obama didn't care. He deported everybody. His motto was, if you ain't here illegally, you got to go. See you later.
I'm still back in here. Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to tell you is,
they're going to always be back in here. It's never going to happen.
We did have peace.
We have.
Trump's first administration, there was no war.
I agree with that, Slim Jim. We got to make peace.
First administration.
Because
I hope you're not attributing that to like Trump or anything, are you?
No, I'm just saying he never had a war. That's all.
A lot of presidents never had a war.
A lot of presidents never had a war.
I can name 5 presidents ain't never had a war.
Now, just because a war was going on when they became president, that doesn't mean they had a war.
They had a war.
President having a war is the president who starts the war. George W. started a war. Reagan
didn't have a war. Clinton didn't
start a war.
Clinton didn't have a war. Baby Bush didn't have a war.
Obama finished the war.
Obama decimated the Taliban, and ISIS sprung up out of it. So
finished the war that George W. started.
Now, if you want to talk about the wars that was started, Trump started the war in the Ukraine.
How did he start the war in the Ukraine?
The Hamas, that stuff with Hamas and all that. How did he
started
that too?
I want to know.
How did Trump start Ukraine or Hamas?
Let's go back. Okay, listen. Since Obama was president, they've been talking about taking the Ukraine.
Well, he definitely down
with Obama. He never did it. He never did it when Obama was in the White House. When Trump was in the White House, remember the scandal with Mad Dog, and he went over there and the quid pro quo and all of that. And we were supposed to give the Ukraine weapons, but remember it got stalled because of the scandal that went down with the General Mad Dog, Trump, and then he was doing the quid pro quo. Give me some dirt on Biden, I'll give you whatever you want. But if you don't give me no dirt, you ain't getting no weapons. Remember that? So then when that went down, Putin was licking his lips like, wait a minute. Putin was like, wait a minute, they ain't getting no weapons. So that's good. So now they didn't get the weapons they needed. They attacked Ukraine as soon as Biden got in office, right? Because that was during the election year. They attacked the Ukraine as soon as he got in office, and they've been fighting them ever since. But they've been fighting before that.
What transpired, because your timeline is totally off. I mean, you're in another multiverse.
You can look it up.
What happened was that Ukraine wanted to become part of NATO. The agreement between America and NATO and Russia, no NATO allies shall border the Russian border closely. By Ukraine wanting to become part of NATO, it abolished that agreement. So then, hence,
whoa! I know exactly what you're talking about. But let's break it down. Hold up, I know exactly what you're talking about. But guess what? Hold up. But wait. You right. But wait a minute. But Putin agreed to it. Putin agreed.
He didn't agree for Ukraine.
Wait. Let me finish. No. He never agreed to them go NATO. He agreed with them. Like if they became part of NATO, all that a NATO country being close to the Russian border, he agreed to that. But what he didn't agree to, he just said that they couldn't join. No, because he threatened the world. That's why they couldn't join. He threatened the world. He said they become part of NATO. He said they become part of NATO. I'm gonna just nuke somebody. That's how it went down. They could have been part of NATO. He said no. But in his defense, that's Russians fighting Russians. That's all I can tell you.
The Ukraine conflict started back in 1991.
Yes, it did.
Okay. The relationship from how with Moscow, with Ukraine's relationship with Moscow since it won independence in 91 and the events that led to this current conflict, the fall of the Soviet Union, right there. Ukraine declared independence, and that's what pissed them off. In 2004, Victor, whatever the fuck his name was, the pro-Russian candidate, declared the president, but that was the whole thing with the vote rigging and the allegations of the vote rigging and all that.
I remember that.
Known as the Orange. It was called the Orange Revolution.
It was called the Orange Revolution. Yep, I remember that.
And and then what Raw Talk's talking about in 2008, NATO promised Ukraine that it would one day join the alliance. The dude, Yankovic or whatever, wins the election in 2010, and then 2013, the government suspended the trade and association talks with the EU.
Yes.
And opts to revive economic ties with Moscow, triggering months of mass rallies in Kiev or whatever they call it. Yeah. We saw all that go down. February 2014, Parliament voted to remove the dude Yakovich or whatever after the bloodshed and the protests, and then within days of that, armed men seized Parliament in the Ukraine region of Crimea and raised the Russian flag. Moscow then annexed the territory. That's 2014, bro. This is all building up. 2017.
Who was in office in 2014?
Yeah, 2017. An association agreement between UK and the EU, open markets and free trade goods and services and visa-free travel for the Ukrainians. Then 2019, the former comic actor Vladimir Zelensky is elected president. 2021, Zelensky appeals to the president Joe Biden to let Ukraine join NATO, and then in February, his government froze the assets of the opposition leader, the Kremlin's most prominent ally in Ukraine. Then 2021, Russia began massing troops near the borders, right? We saw them.
I remember that.
Saying it was training exercises.
But it wasn't.
And then satellite, because we had the satellite images taken by one of these technology companies and showing the ongoing buildup of the Russian forces near the Ukraine.
Obama's watch.
They start seeing.
No, we're in Joe Biden's watch by now.
Yeah, this is 2021.
Obama's watch. 2014. That's
it started in 08, or really it started in 05.
It started before.
You can source it back
Obama got. It started before Obama got in the White House.
But what I'm
waiting for,
the thing that broke the straw that broke the camel's back was under a Democratic government.
Well, it really didn't have anything to do with who was president in the United States.
It didn't have it. Yeah, it was going to happen no matter what.
Trump didn't do this.
Part of the plan.
Nobody.
Part of the plan.
Then why? Yeah, of course it was part of the plan. But what I'm saying, nothing really went down under Trump's administration. You didn't hear none of that until it came up with Biden.
No, because
Biden allowed it to happen.
Where Reno's at on the timeline is that's when
I'm
Trump.
still in 2021.
Trump could have did something. This is what I'm telling you. If Trump could have did something about his administration, could have did something about it.
What? If you say it was going to happen regardless, what was he going to do?
That
he didn't. He
wouldn't attack this.
When Biden said he recommended them to be in the NATO alliance, he stirred the hornet's nest to the next level.
Well, Zelensky came to Biden and wanted him. He asked him to let them into NATO.
Yeah.
Which is his right. Which is his right as a president of an independent country. That's not under the simple hammer.
And then Russia presented security demands, including that NATO pull back troops and weapons from Eastern Europe and bar Ukraine from ever joining. Then in 2022, NATO put forces on standby and reinforced the Eastern Europe with the ships and the fighter jets and all that shit. And then Washington then responded in 2022 to Russia's security demands, repeating a commitment to NATO's open door policy, offering a pragmatic evaluation of Moscow's concerns. And then 2 days later, Russia says its demands are not addressed. And then amid growing Western fears Russia could attack Ukraine, the United States says that it will send 3,000 extra troops to NATO members, Poland and Romania. Washington and its allies say they will not send troops to Ukraine, but they warn of a severe economic sanction if Russian President Vladimir Putin takes military action. And then in a TV address, which we all saw, Putin says Ukraine is an integral part of Russian history and has a puppet regime managed by foreign powers. And Putin orders what he called peacekeeping forces into 2 breakaway regions into eastern Ukraine after recognizing them as independent. So he's actually attacking them because he feels like they're being manipulated by foreign powers. And then the U.S. and Britain and their allies sanction the Russian parliament members, the banks, and the other assets. Response to Putin's troop order. Germany halts the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline project, and Russia's backed separatist leaders ask Russia for help repelling aggression from the Ukrainian army. Putin authorized special military operations in Ukraine in 2022. Russian forces began missile and artillery attacks, striking major Ukraine cities, including Kiev. And we still at war 2 years later. But this really, the war starts. They start shooting motherfuckers in 2022. That's when they actually start shooting. But the conflict, you can date back to 91. You can really go back that far. You can go back that far if you want to really get to the source of it.
We can go with America's conflict with a lot of people way back when it starts. But what I'm saying, we're talking about under why would Trump even want to even start anything?
Yeah, I don't know where. I don't see how Trump started it. I don't know anything. I've never heard. I don't think
he didn't.
No American.
He didn't. This is what it is. He didn't start it, but his actions as president, right? He gave them the green light militarily to do what they had to do. Because
the Russians don't give a damn about American presidents like that.
No, yes, they do.
It's not that.
They do,
no,
and they have to.
It's not that.
It's not that. They do, and they have to. See, you're not looking at it. You're looking at it from this is the part. You're not looking at it from a diplomatic standpoint or a political standpoint. You're looking at it from like right, wrong. My gun's bigger than your gun's smaller than my gun, like that. You can't look at it like that. There was a lot of politics involved before they fired a shot. Reno just read it. There was a lot of politics involved before a shot was fired. And one of the politics that gave him the green, because you got to remember, Donald Trump had a meeting with Vladimir Putin with no aides, no linguists, no nothing. He had a private meeting with him. Only president to ever do that, meet with him privately, have a meeting. We don't know what was said in that meeting. Nobody does but him and Trump. He could have went in there and said, "Hey, listen, man, I need you to hold up Ukraine so I can just give me a little chance so I can get in there." You don't know if he said that or not.
What they said, but you're trying to state that he said it.
No, I'm giving you an example of what could have been said, but we don't know that. We don't know that.
Let's get on to some current events though. And this is what's going down right now. This is today, motherfucking shit. This is right now. Putin tells Trump Russia has to respond to Ukrainian attacks. This is June 4th. This is right now. Putin and Trump speak by telephone. Putin said he will have to respond to attacks. Kremlin, talks with Kiev have been successful. Kremlin, Trump told Putin he was not informed of attacks. Trump, Putin could help on Iran. Ooh, he wants to join up with Putin. He wants to, so yeah, he wants to join with Putin so that he can help with Iran. Russian President Vladimir Putin told U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday that he would have to respond to the Ukraine drones attacks near Russia's nuclear-capable bomber fleet, while also describing peace talks with Ukraine as useful. Man, the war in Ukraine is intensifying after nearly 4 months of cajoling and threats to both Moscow and Kiev from Trump, who says he wants peace after more than 3 years of the deadliest conflict in Europe since World War II. Y'all think that America don't be dictating this shit? You crazy? Trump. I mean, the American government
is only in it because it got to another level where it shouldn't have gotten with the previous administration.
Any administration.
This shit started during Trump's. It was 2022. Trump was president in 22, right?
No.
Yeah.
Who was?
Yes, he was.
I mean, not when Biden.
Oh, Biden was in 22. When did Trump become president?
Right, but they didn't fire a shot. They didn't fire a shot. They fired a shot. The first shots were fired in February 1st of Biden's first year in the presidency. It was February 1st, 2022.
So
wait a minute.
He gave the man. So Russia looked at him like, "Oh, so you gonna get this motherfucker the fucking red carpet? All right, we're gonna show you what we do to motherfuckers that you know what I'm saying? All right, you want him in the NATO? We're gonna drop some NATO motherfucking bombs on your ass." That's why.
You know why he don't want him in NATO? Because if they're in NATO, and he attacks them, then everybody that's in NATO will respond, and he doesn't want that. So he can't fight a war on every front. Now you talking about he probably fired some nukes off. So as much as anybody might want, as much as anybody in this country or anybody that watch TikTok or whatever might want or don't understand that part, that's why he doesn't want them in. That's why they can't join NATO. It's for the safety of the world. So somebody had to have a common sense and say, look, we're gonna have to back off y'all for we can give y'all some weapons to help y'all fight, but you gotta fight your own battle. But if we get involved, it's going to be a world war. Period. Point blank.
So why would ignorant ass Biden even suggest putting this guy in NATO, knowing that it would spark a world fucking war? That's what I'm
fucking senile, bro. Biden was senile. He had dementia.
Listen.
There's a book about it right now. Listen, Biden just put out a book right now about his fucking how he should have never ran for president when he knew he was fucking deteriorating.
Now, but who is that by design? Your man Obama. Fuck out of here.
No, he was Obama. He was Obama's vice president.
That's who's behind the scenes, B. And everybody.
Biden used to be a good politician. He used to be dope before he became.
Putin.
They all racist, bro. I don't think that.
Listen, Putin did not want to meet with Obama. Listen, Putin did not want to meet with Obama because Obama was black. He said it, and that's why Obama sent Joe Biden to talk to him, because he said he didn't want to meet with Obama because he was black.
Mentor was the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. You know the three strikes.
Everybody's
all that shit. Yeah. Joe Biden.
All those every politician, every white politician in America got some ancestor that was some type of Klansman or slave owner or something.
Tell you, the active motherfuckers. Joe Biden was the reason why there's a lot of motherfuckers in jail now. Come on now, let's do the real history on this motherfucking piece of shit.
No, we're not gonna do all that. But
that's what I'm just saying. I'm saying.
I mean,
Biden's
listen.
a piece of shit.
Okay, so is Trump. Trump is a massive piece of shit. They both are. We're not going to sit here and act like Trump is a fucking anything but an asshole and a fucking.
Did he write any laws that have put black folks in jail generationally?
Trump is a con artist. He's a con artist. He's not a president.
He's from Queens. I know how he is.
I am from Queens. I know him. He is a gangster. I know how he is. He is a gangster. He's a gangster. He's a gangster. He's a hustler. He's a con artist. Okay. But he's not a fucking president. He's not who I want leading my country. He's definitely not who I want representing my country with foreign leaders. We've seen how that goes. He's a fucking he's a great businessman. He's a great real estate agent. Cool. He's a great reality star. Cool. Maybe you like him. Maybe he's got funny. Maybe he says funny shit. But it doesn't make him a good leader of a nation. None of the shit that people like about Trump qualify him as a leader of a fucking country. Nothing. What positive about Trump qualifies him as a leader?
I'll tell you what. He's a failed businessman. He's a convicted felon. He's also a womanizer. I mean, anything you want to put out there, let's just put it out there. He's Teflon Don. I mean, who gets convicted?
No politician is a good guy.
Let's keep it a book.
They're all womanizers. They all have.
Who gets convicted of 33 felony counts, and the judge pulls you in his private chambers and says,
"With all that being
said, don't do that again. Now go be president.
All that
and make America great again." Who does that?
All that being said, he didn't push a law and pass a law that put black folks in a situation even more.
You know why? You know why Raw Talk? He did something worse.
No. Cool.
He did something worse.
You don't have to say nothing. That's cool. But that don't make him a good leader.
I don't care about that being a good leader. I'm just stating about Biden. I ain't say nothing about Trump. I already know
not the president no more. Why are we talking about him anymore? Who gives
a shit? Everybody keep pulling Biden.
Why are we pulling people up that aren't president no more? Who cares? Are we still talking about Biden?
They did that shit when Biden was in office. They pulled Trump out their ass.
They knew he was coming back. Yes, they did, because they knew he was coming back. They absolutely did. Well, Trump never left the conversation because everyone was scared he was going to go do another term. Now they're really scared he's going to try to keep him fucking after his second term. He's going to try to do a third term because we all know he doesn't follow rules. He doesn't give a fuck about law.
You know
he never had.
Did you know the other day? Did you know the other day in his big beautiful bill that he wrote that as president he doesn't have to follow any rules that any judge says. That's in the bill. That's
All
in the
right,
bill that he's trying to pass.
They already gave them immunity under Biden. When Biden had immunity, a president can act in any capacity while in office against any threats.
That's not true.
Yes, look it up. The Supreme Court passed it.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that nobody noticed. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that nobody noticed. If you go in the Constitution, I guarantee you, I will bet you real money, you cannot find anywhere where it says the president has immunity. It's not in the Constitution. It's not even Constitution. You know who's the first person that brought that up?
All right, check this
Trump.
out.
Oh, I thought I had immunity. There is no such thing as. He meant. Wait. Now he didn't mean immunity.
Well, no, if he had immunity, he wouldn't be a felon.
Listen.
Right,
he's a felon.
Right. And when he said immunity, he only meant immunity from his crimes that he performed.
From punishment.
President. He didn't mean immunity. He didn't even mean immunity for like killing 10,000 Iranian troops and somebody from Iran come to America to sue him. He didn't mean that. He meant immunity from his crimes while he's in office. That's what he meant. And if you listen to what the Supreme Court said, that's what they said. And your role as president, if you're doing something that's government work, then yeah. But personally, like the thing with Stormy Daniels, that's not immunity. That doesn't qualify.
He thought he could do any crime he wanted.
Right. He thought he could do any crime he wanted.
But no,
it doesn't.
The immunity that you're talking about with Biden, though, the immunity you're talking about with Biden, we're all talking. The immunity that you guys are talking about with presidents, they have immunity amongst government shit, but not like they can't go out and like shoot someone or do drugs or do it or break like a normal law.
Right.
They don't have that.
They have no immunity.
They have immunity against
kind of immunity.
Political shit, political mistakes, and shit like that. They don't have immunity. They can't just go out and break laws.
But still, if it is something in the political realm, which they will have to determine if it is. It's always a determination.
Stormy Daniels definitely isn't.
Okay, what was the thing what was so illegal about Stormy? He fucked her? Excuse my rashness.
Yeah,
well, that's a husband and wife issue. That's a domestic issue. But that's not an issue.
Wait. That wasn't the thing. What he did was he used campaign funds to pay her off. It was hush money. He gave her hush money out of campaign funds and lied about it and hid the money and hid the fact that he did it. The same thing they're trying to prove with Diddy. It's like a RICO case. All they got to do is prove that you had an employee or somebody in your organization cover something up and use the funds from the company to hide it.
So you mean the lawyer, that lawyer that they paid to
Michael Cohen.
They paid him.
They didn't pay him. He flipped because he didn't want to go to jail.
Huh?
He didn't want to go to jail.
They get paid. I know dudes who went to jail and still paid for something. Got paid for something.
But not on that level that they on. Not on the level that they on.
Oh,
Michael Cohen had money.
He had money. In jail now? He's out, right?
No, he's out. He got out.
Okay, he's doing well, ain't he? Come on now.
He was doing well when he went in. I tell you what he don't do anymore. Practice law.
Oh yeah.
Because he got disbarred. He's disbarred now.
We're not hearing stories of him being out in the dumps with no money. He got paid.
No, he got
he's
money.
A rich lawyer. He was already a rich lawyer, right?
He was already had money. Yeah, he good. He gonna be good for the rest of his natural life. But I can tell you one thing. He told them, I ain't going to jail. I ain't going to jail for nobody. And that's how Trump went to court. But see, here's the thing. Michael Cohen went to jail, right? And even those cases with the fraud for the election fraud. Georgia, he still got to go to court for the Georgia election fraud.
Election fraud for what? What?
Because when he had the phone call, I need 31,000 votes. Just get me 31,000 votes.
Calls like that all the time. Do you not know?
Nobody ever did that.
When they in campaign rooms and in the war rooms is what they call them.
Nobody ever called. Nobody that lost.
Are we getting any votes in?
Remember when? Who was it? Remember when Gore? Who was it? Bush ran against that one time. Was it Gore?
Al Gore.
Was it Al Gore? Okay. Did Al Gore? We knew Al Gore got cheated out of that. Did he call and ask for votes?
No, Al Gore was paid off. He was part of the plan.
He took it like a man. He took it like a man and stepped off.
No, he took it like he was paid to be a part of the plan. I mean, they found votes after that in the damn Florida swamp. I'm just saying.
So they say, but he never complained. He just took it like a man and left. He didn't call anybody to ask for votes.
Yeah, see?
He didn't call anybody to ask for votes. He just didn't do it.
Saying,
like,
man.
He's Teflon Don. Let's just keep it a buck. He's Teflon Don, baby.
If he was Teflon Don, see, look.
Signs a ban on travel to U.S. by nationals from 12 countries, including Afghanistan, Haiti, and Iran. Oh, damn, you can't come here from Haiti anymore?
No.
Let's see. There are an additional 7 countries whose nationals face partial travel restrictions, including Cuba and Venezuela. The White House says these common sense restrictions will protect Americans from dangerous foreign actors.
They voted for him.
When announcing the ban on social media platform, Trump's social media cited the Colorado attack on Sunday. The proclamation echoes an order from Trump's first term in 2017 when he announced a ban on travel from 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the U.S. You know, a lot of people think that, they see this stuff as white supremacy, racism, and stuff like that. Other people see it as national security. And that's the thing with the United States. It's so massive. There is no one people. There's no one mind. There's no one society. There's no one track of thinking. There's no one belief system.
There's nobody in the Department of Defense. There's nobody in the CDC. There's nobody in the IRS. Why? Because he fired them all. Right now, we're being attacked. Right now, they say that Russia and China are having a field day with us right now, cybersecurity wise, because he fired everybody. He took Elon Musk. Elon Musk and fired everybody.
What damage is it doing? That's what I don't understand. What do you mean?
What do you mean? What damage are they doing?
We gotta have national security. China has a field day. What field day are they having? What is happening?
They're unchecked. They're unchecked. They're attacking. They're attacking servers in the Pentagon. They're attacking servers in the White House. They're attacking servers on your computer. They're doing whatever they can. They can spread disinformation.
Since 2020. This is
they can spread disinformation. Let's move on.
The people that used to combat hacking are now no longer combating hacking, is what he's saying. Hackers have
so we have no protection, but the other countries got protection. You know why? Because they're protecting their people. We ain't got none.
What do you mean? We're on here now talking. Ain't nothing going down.
A measles outbreak. There's a measles outbreak right now. Ain't nobody from the CDC keeping track of that.
Yeah.
Keeping track of that. I mean, listen, you can everything that he did was to give rich people a tax cut. Donald Trump ain't about politics. He's about money. That's the difference. See, a politician, they're going to do the politics. They're going to do it. But he about money. And everybody that voted for him ain't got enough money to go to his dinners or to get his Trump
game,
coin,
be on his level.
All that. You ain't got enough money to vote for Trump. I tell everybody that voted for you, ain't got enough money to vote for him.
You ain't got enough money to vote for Trump. You got to be a billionaire to vote for that man.
Listen, you know why he let the Chrisleys out?
I benefit from him.
The daughter went there and asked him. He got money.
Trump might not hurt you, but you won't benefit from him unless you're in a certain tax bracket.
Okay, I mean, I want y'all to look up a lot of stuff he did for black.
He never paid me not a dollar
for black.
Well, what about the Central Park 5? He was the main one trying to get them locked up.
You want to know why?
They put out a newspaper article.
Listen. Before there was internet, you didn't get all the information.
Yeah, he didn't know. He just assumed it was 5 black kids that we know black kids do bad stuff.
Said it was in the papers. It was 5 black kids, right?
Yeah, he definitely.
Hold on, because I remember this thoroughly. Because Trump, he was part of a consortium of businessmen that to facelift from Park Ave down to the Times Square and around there.
And this was hurting his business.
This was hurting.
He wanted to move black people from the area. Fact.
No, he wanted crime out. He wanted drugs out. Because remember, Come on, remember the 40.
Okay, but crime and drugs is a code word.
A 40 deuce back then, bro.
That's a code word. But crime and drugs is a code word. The war on drugs is a code word to fuck with black people.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in that sense. I'm telling you from the business aspect. When he's thinking, he's not thinking in terms of black and white. You're fucking up my business. First off.
Yeah, okay, but he's saying that black people are fucking up his business because black people are undesirable.
No,
that's what he's saying. That's a real estate. That's a white real estate point of view. We know that. Redlining.
In the newspaper, and it was 5 black or what have you. We were like, that's fucking horrifying. Right. But to that dude, it's even more horrifying. You fucking up my money. Right?
Well, I mean, you can say you sympathize with him or you understand him, but we're not going to dispute that he's racist.
I don't see anything he did racist, bro.
Now, okay.
With the Central Park 5?
Let me explain something to you, bro. Let me break something down. No. Let me break something down for you real quick. Every white person that is in the government and of a certain age is a little bit racist, especially the ones that say they ain't.
Okay. Hold on. Let me break that down because Biden's in that bunch too. Now,
absolutely, but we ain't talking about Biden. He's not the president.
Listen, racism is the power to pass laws to keep other races down.
Yeah, it's white supremacy.
Not a racist. He can't pass law. At that time, he couldn't pass law. He's a bigot. Everybody's a bigot at something.
Well, that's semantics now. We talking. He doesn't like black people or people of color.
Not semantics. This is
you call it what you want.
Definitions.
Well, call it what you want. He don't like people of color.
I'm a bigot towards a lot of motherfuckers.
Right, bigotry is not racism. Bigotry encompasses everything.
But I'm not a racist because I can't control how these people is going to live in the future. I can't tell them where to live and where to go. Racists can do that because they have the power to change the dynamics of that person that they hate life.
When I say racist, I mean a person who looks down their nose at people of color, who thinks that they're lesser people, who thinks that they're not as equal, who doesn't see them. Right. Well, you can, like I said, semantics. You can say what word you want. The meaning. The point is the meaning. Right. But my point is the meaning.
It's clear.
Okay. Who cares? The point is what I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the point of what I'm saying is they don't like fucking people that aren't white.
People, I'm bigoted towards fat.
Whatever you want to call it, they don't like people that ain't white. And here's the thing. They might say, I'm not racist. They might say, I have black friends. They might be really nice to black people they know and like. But when it comes down to it, they do not hold people of color to the same human value as they do other white people, whether they admit it or not.
Okay.
That's all we think. Now, you want to call them bigots, racists, whatever you want to call them. My point is that they all are that. Trump is definitely that. Biden is definitely that. Obama wasn't that. But
that's just like we could call police officers racist because they have the power to put you in jail.
Some of them are.
No. Yeah, of course, but we can call them racist. Right?
By your definition.
Power.
Right.
Now, my next door neighbor or white next door neighbor, he's a bigot because he ain't got no power over me.
Okay, sure. Bigot. Yeah.
That's
better word.
Difference.
Sure. Trump's a bigot.
Is a racist.
Okay. Trump's a bigot.
He's a bigot. But now, if he has power to change laws in order to affect lives, specifically blacks, Hispanics, or whatever, now, he's a racist.
Right. So all his Republican Party and all his his cabinet, those would be the racists.
Yeah, the ones who pass legislation against
they pass laws
and others, racist.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean
now,
that's
a
term. Yeah, but
I clear definitions because I hate when people say he's a racist when clearly he's a bigot. Because I can understand.
Well, I think when they say racist, they mean what you're calling a bigot. That's what they mean.
But that's like, you say semantics, but to me, being a logical being, I see that if we're doing the mathematics on it, when we do mathematics, we got to write an exact.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say this. Let's just say because you got
as far as like
you got
modern.
You got 5 different types of races. You got 5 different types of racist people, period, point blank, in the world. And Trump is a money racist. That's just what he is. He's a money racist, and he talks about economics. He said, right, but he said he talks about economics and all that other stuff, but yet he doesn't want anybody to own anything other than somebody with money. If you ain't got money, like he went over there mess with the Arabs. You know why? Because they got Arab money. They got Arab money. Like they gave him a jet. They gave him a $400 million jet. Oh, just take that. We take that. That's just a play toy. We fly the kids around it in the weekend.
Bribery by a higher standard, of course. Look away from what we're doing here and take the jet. Yeah, we understand that.
You got like you got the unconscious racists. They don't know they're racist, right? And they say stuff. I'm not a racist. I ain't a bigot. You know what I mean?
That's the one. That's the ones I hate.
But we allow them to go on.
Karens,
and sooner or later, right? Yeah. Then you got the individual racists, right? Now this is where American people come in, right?
Bigot because you gotta have
they are racist. They are racist out of fear. They are racist out of fear, and they fear other races. They fear other races. So you
can interchange the word with bigot if you want.
You can enter however you want to do it. Yeah.
See,
and then you got the individual, and then you got number one. And now you got number one. Now number one is the
harsh word.
Yeah. But it's true. But now you got number one, right? Now number one is the opinion. You got the opinion introduced racist. You got the opinion introduced racist. That's number one, right? That's the parent who teaches their children to be racist, because children aren't racist through birth. And me and Reno talked. We done said that on here plenty of times on this show.
When I'm saying bigoted, the definition of racist is you have to have a power structure that can hold a person down.
You can ism it. Yeah, so you can like really,
like a white
someone or oppress them. If you just sit there and say, I hate, such and such type of people, that doesn't make you a racist. You're not a racist unless you can affect those people societally.
Exactly. No. That is whoa. That's another form of racist. That's
we talking about but Stu, we're not. Yeah, exactly. But we're talking about a more like dictionary definition of the word.
Strictly off of the
dictionary definition. Yeah, but not.
But
we can use the word like today in society. We say racist. We mean bigot.
It's like black people who don't like white people.
Right.
Are they racist?
They're bigots.
No, they're bigots.
I just said that.
By black people,
that's why they say black people can't be racist. Black people can be bigots.
We can be bigots. Yes,
right.
We can be bigots.
Nah, we could be racist. Nah, we could be black people. Can be racist.
You're saying you can't be racist. Okay, see, you're what you mean is bigot though. As far as he's saying, black people can't be racist because black people can't control the lives of white people's society.
Exactly. We can't change nothing on a white man unless we shoot them or kill them.
Right.
We can't change nothing in the white man's life. As black people, we can call
society,
them
so they're not racist. By the technical term of the word racist, but now in America we use the word racist, we mean bigot technically.
Yeah,
but it means the same
confuses things.
He's not. We all saying the same thing. We're using different words.
Yeah, and why I stopped using the racist term to put on certain people is because I see they have no power.
Right, so you don't want to give them the power. Right
now, you can be a bigot. Now, yeah, you can be a bigot. You can be a bigot.
So we can say it's a racist government. Right
now, the government system is racist.
It's a racist system,
because it's a system.
Because it affects the people.
Exactly. So that's why I say if we focus on changing, like, okay, Trump is a bigot because he had no power when he first came in. He had no power. Now he got power. Now when he does something that's totally against different races, he's a racist.
Like when he says Mexicans aren't people.
Racist. Because now he can enact legislation as president and put it through the House and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Support people, block them from coming in, do things to their livelihood. That's racism.
That's racism unless they have to be legal. If they're illegal in this country, come on, you're breaking the law. Let's get that fact out there.
Well,
you know what I'm
well,
saying?
y'all, it's 10:20 at night, and I do have to work early in the morning. But we can do this
stay on this late
all
in a
night.
minute. Yeah, we ain't stay on this late in a minute.
What are you doing here, man? How would you off work? You usually be
it's
working?
Your birthday, dog. Like it's your damn it's your birthday, dog. Let me
you gonna
do what I do.
You ain't take off work to get the Switch. You took off work. My birthday.
I did not. I took off for your birthday, homie. Like, yeah, why I can't take off? Sata here. Sata called me today. It was like, you need to take off work.
Perspectives on how he moved.
Sata called me today. Sata was like, you need to take off work. It's Reno's birthday.
Oh wow.
Sata here listening to the crazy.
I'm just trying to stay cool. It's hot in this room. Like it's so hot in this room.
It is kind of hot in here too, man.
It's hot outside. It's hot in my room.
It's supposed to be 90. It's supposed to be like 90 tomorrow.
It's gonna be fun.
Woo, we getting that this month. The Rattler's coming, boy.
Rattler. Yo, JoJo June, man. It is what it is. You know,
it is, man. It's gonna be good.
They deep in y'all pockets, man. I'm glad.
They dipping so hard, bro.
I'm glad
honestly,
I'm out of that mess.
Dog, I hate that I have to buy both of these guys just for that hat. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, you want it though. You want it though.
Watch, you get those guys gonna be like, yo, now I can pose with Storm Shadow. I'm telling you. And
I might pass on this because, like, I don't need this big green missile shit. You didn't get it either, did you, Stu?
Who's this? Hawk?
Hawk with the missile with the MMS.
I didn't get it.
I got the SMS. I might. I'm still on the fence. Like, I might. There's some shit I might not get because, like you said, man, they hit in the pocket real hard this month, and these 2-packs and vehicles and shit. And there's so much shit coming down the road that what I do is I pre-order everything.
Gotta pick and choose, Reno.
5-3 salute. No, I pre-order everything that I might want. And then when it starts to come time to, for it to ship and pay, then I start thinking, okay, do I want to pay for this? Because if I don't pre-order it, I don't have the option later because, like I've said before,
that makes sense.
That makes sense. I don't buy. I'm not going to eBay. Yeah, I'm not paying.
That makes sense.
But I'll just because it's free to pre-order, so you can pre-order for free. And then when it comes time to pay, you decide, I'm gonna cancel this. I'm gonna cancel that. I had the Hulk pre-ordered. I canceled it. I had the Big Venom pre-ordered. I canceled it.
Now wait a minute. If you had the Hulk pre-ordered, I would have bought that Hulk off. If you got that Hulk, I'd have paid for it.
You couldn't
get that
Hulk?
Nah, when it was sold out, bro. I went on it. I was like, damn. I was hot about that, man, because I wanted that Hulk.
Bro,
that was the best Hulk they ever made.
I canceled
that was the best Hulk they ever made, in my opinion.
Still, you got a wild perspective.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I was.
Green turns dark green on you. And
I didn't like that Hulk, dude. That's why I passed on it because the rubber chest is going to change colors, and that's going to be a different color than the rest of it.
So?
Well, it's a different material. We know plastics change colors. We know they do. That's everyone that's ever had toys.
We
know that different kinds of plastic change color at different times. So like they might be the same color now, but over time one of them might fade. It might not. Maybe they'll stay the same. But that the heads were all fucking atrocious. And like I said, man, the price just to make him be able to clap, like I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, I really wanted it. I'm gonna tell you, I really wanted it for my son. My son is a huge Hulk fan. Like,
I don't get me wrong, I like it. I want it. It's bright green. Like I would get it if it was cheaper and like there wasn't so much other shit I needed to buy, and maybe if I was rich. Like, there's a lot of factors, but it just didn't make the mark. Like I said, I pre-ordered it. I almost got it. I wanted it, but then I at the last minute I decided not to pull the trigger in lieu of other shit I wanted instead. More, I wanted more.
Like,
so.
No, and I get that because like I do what Reno does, but I do it beforehand. I'll be like, man, do I really need this? Like nah, I'm good. I'm just going past. But I get the stuff I really, really want. Like, there's some stuff like when they came out that last wave, I got Dracon, I got the one Grenadier Trooper, and I picked up
Darklon. You got
that was it. Yeah, I got Darklon, and that's it. I was like, I really want because I had Darklon when I was a kid. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the ones I really want.
Yeah.
Anybody
See,
else,
I don't.
if they still there later on when I got the money, all right, we can do it.
Straight dark line with the
There
chrome.
it is.
Had the
Well, I'm
chrome.
talking, do you have the old school dark
Oh
one?
shit.
I
That's
chromed
him.
his head.
Oh, you chromed his head.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did that to him.
Oh, yo.
He's an extra.
What did you use? One of these
Yeah.
liquid chrome pens?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You joined
The
the
dark one.
Yeah.
The liquid chrome pen
family.
crew.
Yeah.
But I made it look more rustic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks kind of gray. It doesn't look totally chromed out.
Yeah.
Like it's more like a metal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope. How'd you do that? You like rub on it, like wipe it on
Yeah.
it?
Once you let it dry for at least 5 minutes, and then you just tap it and
Tap on it. Yeah.
make it look Russian.
Oh, okay.
Be water, my friend.
Yes. It's all part of
Empty your mind.
It's all a part of the plan.
Yes, sir.
It's all part of the plan. I think Man of Steel had the best.
Be formless, shapeless, like water.
Yeah, every movie has its information to give you, man. If you get into different parts.
Yep. Well, listen, y'all. It's pushing on 10:30. I hate it. I don't want to have to go, man, but I do. I got to get up and I got shit to do before I got to go to bed. So, thank you guys for coming, man, and kicking it with me on my birthday, man. We're gonna.
The political report was crazy.
You know what I'm saying, man? But listen, we do this every Wednesday and Saturday. If you're new to the show, new to the channel, come back and check us out Wednesday and Saturday night, 7 p.m. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all that stuff, man. And we'll see you guys then. And yeah, thank y'all. Peace.
Happy birthday again, bro.
Thank you, man.
Be water, my friend.